January the 8th, 2025 AD, in the year of our Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Gratu Orloff Show coming to you live in color from the Gratu Orloff studios here in Rural Retreat, Virginia. Courtesy of the satellites of the Gratu Orloff satellite network. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening? We've got some good news here, ladies and gentlemen. I think you can imagine what it is, all zero of you that are watching. And the hills are alive with the feeling of heat. We have heat. Don't want to jinx things, but the boiler is working. Came out, replaced the part today while I was at work. And we have heat. We haven't had heat since Saturday morning. This morning it went down to 7 degrees outside. We've had it worse. Back in Texas, it went to 0 degrees, and they turned off. Not that was when all the electricity was turned off in the majority of Texas, and it got down to 40 degrees in the house, and or 41 degrees to be precise. And trust me, that was an experience. But it only got down to 48 degrees here at the Hotel Orloff. So anyway, it's a blessing. You guys were praying for me, and I appreciate that. And prayers do work. And thank you, and for Cleo and our beautiful dog and cat. We've survived, and we've got quite a wonderful Wednesday night program for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be amazing because apparently lots of wonderful new toys have arrived in Mesa, Arizona at our friend Kevin Johnson's store, Gotham City Comics, and all the comics for next week have shown up today too. I have some stuff coming in the mail that's supposed to be here soon, but then I was told the mail does not move tomorrow because of Carter's funeral. I'd completely forgotten that was tomorrow. So anyway, um, when you hear that the president that became president when you were in sixth grade is now 100 and has passed away, makes you realize, hey, gosh, I guess I am old. Anyway, incredible, ladies and gentlemen, that I have this good news for you. Man, I don't think this is not the horse that goes with this Indian. I've had this Indian since about 1970, but I think this horse could be from the 50s from my older brothers. In fact, I don't even know. That could be the Lone Ranger's horse for all I know. Anyway, I've married them together, and it's a wonderful matrimony for the Indian, Native American, and the white horse. Well, I guess I'll relax in the warmth. Um, yes, indeed. All right, Drew, we're finally able to relax. Man, it got bad. It got bad. This morning it was so cold, I just decided to give up on. I just decided to come downstairs and do a show, which maybe a few of you watched. So, um, now we need to pray for for the people in California because it looks like they're getting Maui'd. So, So yeah, I guess you saw this footage. Anyway, so oh, there's some people in the chat. Let's see. What's happening, says Meyer. Any update on the furnace? Yeah, we got it working. Yeah, so we have heat. Um, the guy says he can't make any guarantees if it'll work 5 minutes or 10 years. So it's, he says the furnace is from 1955. I don't know, man. Yes, it is excellent. Yeah. And Kevin's got some new toys in. He sent me a picture of a Batman figure with it looked like Ace the Bat Hound. I don't know if that's a Todd McFarlane toy, but it looked pretty incredible from the little picture I saw. And then he says he's got a bunch of toys and all the comics for next week. So hopefully he'll come on here in a minute. My only thing is I went live without remembering to notify Kevin I'm going live. So Meyer, if you want to send him a text or something to let him know I'm on, he may be busy because it's new comic book day. Oh, there's a dot. So that's probably him. There he is. Oh, hey Kevin.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Let's see layout.
Look at these little miniature Shogun Godzillas.
Okay. Oh wow. How small are those? Like,
I'll show you in a second.
what is the deal with making spectacular, gigantic toys into miniature things like the Great Garloo and the Shogun Warriors? I
Everybody's
guess,
downsizing.
yeah, really, for people that live in those little mini houses
Mhm.
or a New York City apartment,
It's shrinkflation.
yeah, I know. Yeah, really. Well, that's pretty cool. It looks kind of like Gary Coleman, uh, but
Yeah, they are cool, but I can't see. Maybe there's a clear one, and maybe there's a regular one and a silver one.
who wants a clear Godzilla? That's very strange.
That one says 70s. Can you read this?
Uh, no, well, no, I'm on a telephone, and the screen for the show is about the size of four postage stamps put together. So it's yeah, it looks cool.
Did
That's
you
one of
get?
the new arrivals today.
Yeah, did you? Oh, there's a bigger picture.
Oh yeah.
Ghost. One they call Ghost. One they call Blazing. One they call Vintage, and one they call uh 60s vintage and 70s vintage, I think.
Oh, those are the two that I'd be most interested in. 60s and 70s. So this has got that's a display box for all of the figures. Now, what does the display box look like? Man, that's pretty cool. Colleen says it does look like Gary Coleman. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're small. There's a pen next to it.
Yeah, yeah, small. Well, incredible. Were those about $15 each, something like that, or more, or what?
Well, yeah, they're 15. They're like the last ones. I
That's
had
the
black and
same basic thing that had the Christmas Universals and the Misfits Crimson Ghost guys.
yeah, same
Right.
company,
Yeah, and the same display box, about the same size.
same size.
Okay, well, they're Okay, that's what you sent me a picture of, I believe. That's pretty cool. And it's that's Ace the Bat Hound with him.
Yeah, let's look at the. Here's the back of the package. I cut it out.
Oh, oh, okay. So obviously you're keeping that one. Is that an expensive figure?
No, no, these
How
aren't.
many did you get of that? Because that's
Six.
spectacular. Huh?
I got six though. He's not posable though,
Oh, that's okay. You got
but he
six.
looks
How much
good.
do they cost?
Look, he has a little bat logo on his
That's amazing. How
collar.
much do that's golly Moses. How much is that thing?
22.99.
Oh, please, please. It comes with the Batman, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'd love one of those in my pile. On inauguration day on the 20th, I'll get that and the shock monster bucket and all that. I gotta. That's when I get paid next on inauguration day. And you got a shark. Is that? Oh, is that the thing that's gonna rescue your figure that dropped behind the cash register?
yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this corgi.
Oh, man, that's my childhood. Oh my God, how much is that? That's probably like $50, huh?
I don't know. It's heavy. I know that.
Yeah, they're heavy. I need one of those. I'll be like Chip Creep. I need it instead of I want it.
Oh,
Yeah,
does it fire a rocket?
it fires rockets. Yeah. Yeah, I still have mine from my childhood, but it's all messed up, and it's even missing a wheel. But when I got it, it had a bat boat with it. My grandmother bought it for me. She was always buying me Batman stuff when I was little. She bought me Batman pup. I guess she read in Reader's Digest. Little kids like Batman, and um, yeah, that's exactly the one that came out back then. And but I used the bat boat in the tub when I took baths, so it didn't survive. Yeah, I'm not interested in that, but but it's
Radio
cool.
control.
That's neat. But um, so you could save me the Batmobile and the
I can
Batman
drive
figure.
this. I can drive
Huh?
this around the store. I can drive this around the store with my camera taped to the windshield.
Is it remote control?
Yeah,
What a
wouldn't that be cool? Put the camera on there,
yeah, yeah.
and you can
Um,
get like a different perspective of the store. I drive around.
yeah, yeah.
Check
That
this out.
model kit that you're repairing, is that something you're keeping? Oh shit. Look at how Trump is right. This is the new golden age. It really is. I'm really optimistic. I get did I tell you, Kevin, the heat's working?
No, I missed that part, but I was going to ask you if you got the
Yeah,
part.
it's working and now I'm all positive. It's like when God shows you, you need to appreciate what you have and then you come out of it all happy and it's like everything's wonderful. What was I thinking, man?
So what?
Oh,
You have maybe a year to get save up enough to get a new one now.
I don't know. The guy says it could be 5 minutes, could be 20 years. I don't know. He's not real optimistic, but yeah, I'm gonna just get some insurance so
At
that
least he knows what he's doing, right? And he didn't.
he's been working on the thing for probably since the 80s, so he knows it better. I just have to try. Oh, look at this. It's got the William Shakespeare, it's got everything. This is Todd McFarlane, and the other one is Todd McFarlane too. Is
No,
that correct?
this one goes with the Robin that we've opened on a previous episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Robin.
So that's an expensive figure, like a
Yeah,
hundred
these are
bucks or something.
Japanese. These are Beast Kingdom Japanese import toys. They're like $100 probably.
Okay, it is quality. So that's not McFarlane. That's actually some high quality. Not that he's not high quality, but
Yeah. Yeah. So this will probably go into my collection.
yeah, absolutely. Keep it with the Robin. Oh, you got the
Uh,
exact same magnifying glass I've got. Oh, people are commenting, man. Who are they saying here?
is it bright?
Yeah, you're. Hey, Kevin, seriously, don't hold that towards your face. That's really bad on your eyes.
Okay.
There's a little warning on there if but that no one ever reads. Um, Paula says, does that Batman figure come with a bat shark repellent? Bat shark,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you meant. Meyer says, I
Yes.
want to get one of those new corgi replicas too. Did you get enough for me and for Meyer of the
Let me see if
corgi?
I can. Let me see if I can reorder it.
You only ordered one?
I never had anybody come in and ask for a corgi.
That's because they don't know how great they are because they've never seen them.
Look at this Wolfman. He's from Star Wars.
Oh, I remember that guy was in the movie for like one and a half seconds. Yeah, so
No,
they're
this is a
literally.
different guy. This is different. This is a new show.
Oh,
Never seen it.
yeah, are you
So
sure
it's
he's not
cool.
from the same race as the guy in the cantina in the 1977 movie?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure people will love that, but that's new Star Wars is not for me, man. But someone
Yeah,
will
but
love
he's a
it.
cool Wolfman.
Yeah, it's a cool wolf, man. If you take it out of the package and pretend it's not Star Wars. Meyer says
Exactly.
it keeps showing up on my Instagram, the new corgi replicas. Yeah.
Here's what he looks like in
Myers.
the box.
Oh wait, which one's this? Oh, that's the one that with the cape. What's spectacular about it is the way the cape flows out, and I
Well, it's a
love the
cloth.
back too.
It's a cloth cape that you can has a wire in there so you can pose it.
Yeah. Meyer
And I
says I
got
had the Batboat combo also. I still have the Batmobile, but lost the Batboat. Same with me. Yeah, because did you keep it in? Did you play with it in the bathtub, Meyer? Paula says they should do miniatures of the Jim Steranko Shield flying cars. No shit, Paulo. That's a brilliant idea. Nick Fury used two different vehicles which were based on real auto racing cars. Yeah, all the equipment that Nick Fury had would be great.
Do you like this Batman?
Let me see. He what era Batman is that based on?
Like this Liber Mayo story.
I don't
Batman.
know. I never read it. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, someone will
Looks
like it.
pretty cool.
I like the vintage stuff. Meyer says he agrees about the Shield toys. Meyer says, I saw Steve Gutenberg on the news this morning helping his neighbors evacuate from the fire. Man,
I saw that
that's
too. Was that the
horrible.
guy from Police Academy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's someone you
Thought
never think of anymore. I guess he made enough money that he just retired at age 30, 35. Okay, that's Batman Beyond, I think
he
so.
was on there. He was telling people to leave their keys in their car so that he can drive them away if they're in the way.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
thinks like a
Batman.
military guy. That's good. Um,
Sound like he'd be a cool neighbor to have.
yeah, he's probably a regular guy. Yeah, I forgot he even existed till I heard his name just now. I don't think I've heard his name in 30 years.
Remember this cover?
I do. I wasn't really reading Marvel at the time, but that's a Todd McFarlane, right?
Yeah,
Oh, so he's made a three-dimensional version.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's not bad.
You know what I wish he would do is make the one where the Hulk is the Jim Steranko with the Marie Severin face where he's holding
Yeah,
up the Earth.
open up the logo. Yeah, you all
Yeah,
set?
that would be
Yeah,
imagine having that one. That's pretty good. That's pretty amazing. Someone's gonna. I'm surprised that hasn't sold yet.
yeah. I just got it. I just put it on the shelf.
Myers says, did they make a Steve Gutenberg Police Academy figure? I don't know.
Yeah, we
I mean, when
did.
it came out, it was an R-rated movie, I think. So I don't know if they would have made toys back then, but they might have more recently. They must have. I don't know. Was Police Academy turned into a TV cartoon later?
Yeah, the cartoon, they made figures based on the cartoon.
But was it an R-rated movie, or am I remembering it wrong?
It was our movie, but it was a cartoon too.
Wow, yeah, because it was maybe the sequels weren't R. It was very clearly a an attempt to do a version of Animal House.
You know what? Maybe it was PG-13.
I just don't remember. I remember it being, it was an okay movie, but
This is a Police Academy toy for the
oh
cartoon.
yeah,
Yeah, they're called they're handcuffs.
oh
See?
okay, yeah, sure enough. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
What's
handcuffs.
the chances that you just have it right there?
There's the
That's the
key.
thing. You do the show, and there's all this serendipity, and it's just like, oh, you mentioned that. Well, here's this. And
Yeah,
uh,
handcuffs.
it just happens to have them hanging there. Meyer says those handcuffs are fantastic. Okay, so you got a lot of new toys. Do you have even more, or is that the extent of it?
Oh, look, he comes with some other stuff, some other hands, a battering, and a card.
Oh, and that's the issue of Detective Comics. They used now everyone's going to seek out that issue. Whereas that the introduction of Ace the Bat Hound, it's already going to be expensive then.
It's probably his first appearance or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some. Oh, there's so much stuff. Bunch of new Godzillas.
Oh yeah. Let's see that.
There's Mecha. There's Titanosaurus.
I want to watch Godzilla. I want to watch a Godzilla movie marathon. I'm in a good mood, man. This is the best mood I've been in years. I almost felt like coming on and dancing around like Higgy Pop, putting on a sleeveless shirt and dancing around so happy that there's actually heat in the house. You have no idea what it's like to be indoors in the 40s and not knowing when the pipes are going to break and destroy everything you've ever collected. And I've been falling asleep all day. Last night I was falling asleep on the live stream, pretty much because I just can't sleep. It's horrible. That's great.
This one's clear green. This guy's clear green.
I really love the colorful one there on the right.
This one.
That
Yeah.
one's yeah. He's like, I think that's great. Uh,
Let's see what else here.
oh, beautiful! Look at that.
An 84 heat ray.
Oh, that's so neat. How much are these little guys?
20.
That's cool. It's like he's blowing out ice. And these are all Super 7.
Yep.
Damn, this company is fantastic.
I think they should stick to Godzilla because that's really what they're good at, I think.
Yeah, they're really hitting a lot of different areas of pop culture. They're like Funko Pops that aren't shitty. It's like they're Funko Pops knew all the different areas of nerddom to make those embryo dolls of, but these guys are really they're doing pretty well. I think someday these toys are going to be legendary.
All right, put him there. Feel like I'm missing something.
Pauline says, I remember seeing the original Godzilla as a kid. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming
Well,
out.
yeah, yeah, okay. If you were real little, I guess. Yeah.
That Transformer's new, but it doesn't matter. I don't even know which guy that is.
Well, try to get some light on it. Somebody will know. Myers says, I hope that they make the Colossus monsters and the giant Frankenstein and the King Kong from Godzilla versus King Kong. Yeah, those are all good ideas. Yeah. And if they start getting into Kamen Rider and Ultraman, then bar
Oh,
the
this
doors
this ghost figure I got.
today. Okay. Oh, that's that singer. Yeah, yeah, that's one of some. Yeah.
He's the Pope or something.
Oh my gosh. He's some pop singer.
Some guy that people like.
Yeah, I
Never
don't
heard
know
of.
what the genre of music's called, but
New Mexico.
He's standing on one foot.
yeah, that's cool. How many did you order of that guy?
6.
Six. Okay, so I'm gonna get one. Does anyone else want one that's watching?
Myron, already got one in his file.
Today he already got it.
Hmm.
Okay, so there's four available then, or
No,
you
I
keep.
sold one in the store, and I'm keeping this one. So what's that?
So
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 left.
okay, okay. So there's two available if you're seeking this cool Batman with Ace the Bat Hound. Pauline says, I remember seeing the original Godzilla movie as a kid. It's about 5 years old. Anyway, it looked so real to me. I think, what was it, 1954, 55? When I saw the movie as an adult, I was very disappointed. It looked so fake. Ah, I don't know. I think it looks real. I think if you saw a giant uh, monster, maybe it would look like that. I don't know. Um, I still haven't seen this new Godzilla movie everyone's raving about. Is it Godzilla minus one?
If Myers watching, show him this. It's the last one I needed for my set.
Uh oh, it's a pirate.
Yeah,
So you ordered this. This is something you ordered for your collection, huh?
yeah. They only made 3, and I already had these 2. I just needed Captain Claw.
Oh my gosh, man.
These are cool guys, huh?
Yeah, they look like comic book store employees.
Do not get this toy wet. The electric circuits will be damaged.
Yeah,
1991.
Kowloon, Hong Kong.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool. Oh,
I
look at
had
this.
no idea those toys existed. Yeah, that's great.
You know what it is?
I forgot what you showed that back last
No,
night.
it's
Is
a
it a
new one.
a
Yeah,
new
it's a new one.
movie?
Look,
What
it's
is it?
Mighty Mouse, but not only is it Mighty Mouse, it's Frankenstein's cat
Oh,
with Mighty Mouse.
wow. That's certainly not for sale. Okay, Myers here.
Hey, what's going
Yeah,
on?
that's now
Hey, what's up, man?
something. If you ever see another one of those out there for sale, let me know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, look at
Alex Jones thinks this California fire is a Maui kind of thing, but maybe we shouldn't
seems like
talk
it.
about these things. Uh,
What year did
Pretty
they? What
cool.
year
So
were
does
those
he
pirates
talk
from,
still,
Kevin?
or do you have to replace his battery?
Let me see. Can you hear him?
Nope.
No. What year is
Battery
that from?
power. 91.
I've never seen that. That's cool. The art is great on the card. It looks really
Yeah,
cool.
I have these. I showed you guys these 2 guys.
Yeah, I remember the sculpts on the figures are great too. They
The
look
one
really
guy is the guy that fell down last night.
Oh, that's the guy we have
Oh
to
yeah.
rescue.
Well, let's see the shark pick him up. That'll be a highlight of tonight's episode. Having a
I
shark
can't see
pick up
him.
a pirate.
You'll have to tell me if I'm close.
Okay, it's like we're cheating in a crane machine, huh? So is it been a busy Wednesday? New
Not
comic
really.
day? Yeah.
Can you see it?
Uh,
No. Oh
not
yeah,
yet.
yeah, I do.
Oh
Go
yeah,
straight.
there it is. Yeah,
Go to the
go.
right. Now go straight down,
It's
further
not
down.
long enough.
It's not long enough.
No.
Can you?
That's what she
Can
said.
Oh, you can't make it longer because of
Hold
the
on.
mechanism.
Well, I don't know. There's pills for that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't. Not really. I don't think. Does it make it longer? I don't think it does. I don't know.
So
Ow.
I don't know. Alex Jones was selling some pills for that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Never mind.
what is he? What is it called? You're right.
I've yeah, I'm trying to make PG rated humor. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let me try.
What else could be used? Nine people that are watching. What do you suggest?
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. Like maybe.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to stretch.
Is it possible to move the display case? How heavy is it?
Can't move anything.
Yeah, I don't want you to re-injure your arm. My brilliant advice.
How about do you have any bubble gum and a broomstick?
I think I got him.
I should rename the episode. Do you have any bubble gum and a broomstick?
You know, that's. Did you ever? My family was weird. Now that I think about it, so did you ever do like scavenger hunts, like at parties, like at a family party? Did you ever do a scavenger hunt? Like, did you ever have enough cousins where there were 10 or 20 of you, which is what we did, and we would actually do scavenger hunts in the neighborhood and compete against each other in teams of two. It was bizarre. Yeah. We'd go to
I've got
strangers, all the neighbors' houses, and try and beat each other asking for stupid things that were on the list that the older
yeah.
cousins would make up. Yeah. Did you ever do that?
No, I had so many cousins, but they were up on the East Coast, and I only met them all once I think we were on our way to Germany, and I was four, and I remember it was just impressive. The uncles were all like the Kennedys. I mean, they were impressive people, and all the kids. And then I
Oh, yeah.
remember that one of them was playing the guitar like he was David Cassidy, folk songs, and my grandfather was there that had been the professional. Oh, you got him, the
That's
baseball player.
great.
He still had his sword. The sword's in his hand.
Cool. There
My
is a
family would get
story.
together several times throughout the year, and especially in at the end of August and the beginning of September for the big Portuguese festa before school started. Everyone would get together, and the older teenagers would make these games, and there would be a whole list. Like there'd be like 15 or 20 items on this
Can see a book.
scavenger list, and it would be
Can
weird
see a book.
stuff, and you'd have to go throughout the neighborhood like at 8 o'clock at night, knocking on people's doors, asking if they had these things that were on the list, so that you could make, and then you would try and race back to the house. It was like a competition. It was fun.
I can't remember if you've ever been on a stream with Paulo where you talked about Portuguese customs. Has that ever happened?
We have a little bit, but we're from different. I'm from my family's from the Azores, and he's like more like from mainland, I guess.
Yeah, but I was just wondering how
But he's
much would
familiar.
still
Yeah,
be in
he's familiar
common.
with a lot of the stuff. You know, he knows about the culture, and he knows about how a lot of Portuguese people came to California at the turn of the century, and
Mm.
a lot of land was purchased, and there's towns that are almost completely Portuguese people.
I've
Not
got a
anymore,
story.
but there used to be.
Yeah, I talked over you. What was the last sentence you said?
I'm just not so much anymore, but there used to be. But there is still whole areas of the state, little towns that are predominantly Portuguese American.
Well, I have a story. Um, there was a scavenger hunt. It was in, when the Batman TV series was on the air in '66. And one of the items on the scavenger hunt, this is a true story. These kids were going to ask for a Batman comic book, you know,
Mhm.
and they knocked on this guy's door, and the guy said, "Well, I don't have a Batman comic book, but I have this." And it was a script from an episode of Batman, because they had knocked on the door of Lorenzo Simple Jr., the guy, one of the main writers of Batman, and he
Wow.
just happened to have. Of course, he didn't have a Batman comic book, but he had a script, and so they got a script. They were a little disappointed, but
That sounds like a true story.
it is a true story. Yeah, it was. I was reading a bunch. I think I don't remember what magazine it was. I think it was Fanfare back in the late '70s, and they had an article about the cultural impact the Batman TV series had, and there were a lot of stories about people. They were so excited about the Batman TV series premiering. They were big fans of the comic book, so they went out to motels and rented a room that first night to see it in color because most people didn't have color TVs in 66 and they saw it was going to be in color. People actually got motel rooms to see it in color that night. So things that are forgotten. That's why I wish that YouTube had started a little bit sooner to get more. If it had only YouTube had been around like in 1970, and we could have gotten those older guys that were buying the Golden Age comics when they came out as little kids to share their stories. That first generation of comic book people, that would have been great. But the stories are down, in print and stuff. But
You would have hated the story we are talking today. This guy wanted to talk to us about for about an hour just about 90s comics. You would have
there was a
hated
guy
it.
that, yeah,
You would have hated to be here.
well, how did you stand it?
I didn't. I was sitting down. I had to sit down for it.
Well, there was a guy that would come into the comic store all the time, and he was obsessed with those foil covers, and he wanted to get every single one of them. And I would find him and get them to him. Oh, I don't have this one. One more off the list. He was seriously, not ironically, but he really loved them. It wasn't like someone buying something like, oh, Plan 9 from outer space. It's so bad, it's good. He really thought it was great that these comics were shiny, and he was a nice guy, he was, but that's something from when he was a kid. It's just like me with 20-cent comic books. They're so amazing, but other people think they're shit because the guys that were buying the stuff in the Silver Age, they hated that time period when Marvel had the window box or the picture frame, whatever you want to call it, on the 20-cent comics. I thought it was great, but the older guys are just like, what the hell is this shit? It's all just all a matter of perspective. But fewer and fewer days till Donald Trump's inauguration. So,
How many days?
well, I could look at my. Let me see. Hold on. Why guess when I have the countdown? Let me see here. Okay, so it is. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It's 1,008,602 seconds, which is 16,809 minutes. Which, or you could look at it as 280 hours, or you could look at it as 11 days. Um, so. And isn't there some custom that they have to? The inauguration has to be at an exact time, like 12:01 or something, and they have to. There's some kind of, I forget. Um, so I remember Biden's inauguration was slightly off in time, and people were interpreting all kinds of things from that. So cool, Ace the Bat Hound. What kind of stuff was he telling you about the '90s comics? He was, I guess, a little
Oh
kid
no,
then,
he
huh?
wanted to. He was probably my age, but he wanted to learn a lot about the '90s stuff.
Well,
He
how old
liked
were you in the '90s?
um,
In your early 20s?
I think I was in middle school in like '93.
93, man. You're Cleo's age, aren't you like 13 years younger than me?
I think I'm 13 or 14 years younger than you. Yeah,
Okay, okay. In 95, I turned 30, so you were probably
I was probably just
starting
going into high
high
school.
school.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. I'm
But
not very good with
I
math.
never liked '90s comics.
No, well, there was good stuff coming out in the 90s. Uh, it's just it was what I was getting in the 90s were these Harvey had a line called Recollections that was reprinting the old Black Cat comics, and there were a lot of it was like all the facsimiles now. There were a lot of books that reprinted old pre-code horror comics. There were Hate was coming out then, Peter Baggs' Hate, and there was good stuff coming out.
Madman by Mike Allred.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what was just really awful looking was like the Silver Surfer comic of that time period, and there was just a lot of
Well,
bad.
look at that. Almost looks like there's blood or those as gums.
Yeah, they made him look a lot more vicious than I. Also, wasn't his mask more blue like Batman, this as opposed to black? Or no, let me see.
This
Maybe I'm
picture,
wrong.
Yeah, it looks
Okay, I
pretty
guess I'm
accurate. I
wrong.
think he looks good. Other than him being like maybe too a little dark, because
they're a
he's
little
supposed
too
to be
dark.
a what is he supposed to be a German Shepherd? Kind of looks like a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
He's a
he
little
does.
dark, but other than
He
that, I
does.
think he looks
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I think it's really good. It's yeah. It's just he does seem like they made him darker and more vicious. I think McFarlane was afraid people would laugh this toy out of the store, so he tried to make him look a little more vicious.
Yeah, he was
But
wrong. Everybody wants this and loves it. This will, but you could repaint that. You can make it look whatever you
yeah,
want.
I mean, will I ever do that? No, but because from a distance it's hard to see the mask on him, and the mask on it is what's so
Yeah,
funny because
he
the
could be a
dog is
total
hiding his
fool.
identity. I mean, Crypto, he's got a cape. Yeah, well, that's because he's a companion to Superboy, but uh, to have that's pretty good. to have um, to have a dog wearing a mask is really
On
funny, and
crypto's
it's
on crypto's bat-shaped dog tag, does it have Bruce Wayne's name and phone number? Because that would be a bonehead move.
It has a bat tag. See that?
oh yeah,
Right?
that's
Well,
right. Yeah,
that
you're
would be a
right.
mistake. If Bruce had his
Ace.
actual name and phone number on there, it would reveal
Maybe
the
on the
secret.
back. It's probably on the back. Yeah, it says it on the back. It
Mm-hmm.
Really? What does it say?
says
Contact
Bruce Wayne. Call the Bat Cave.
call
They
Alfred.
found.
No, seriously, it says. Are you joking?
Yeah, it's
He's
way too
joking.
small. There's nothing on there.
I couldn't see
Uh,
that small.
I was, I was thinking, what the fuck? Are you guys kidding me? Um, well, we got 13 people watching. Okay, so those are the new toys. Oh, wait,
This
what about the Bride of Frankenstein on the tricycle? How much is that thing?
60.
Ooh, ouch. You just get the one?
and it really these really wind up and move and ding. The bell dings like they used to. Are they functioning? They
I've
must.
never opened. I've never opened it.
No, I haven't seen one opened either yet. But I'm going to assume that they must be functioning. It must have the same mechanism inside, right? To
Yeah.
open. Like
I
it's
wonder
not
if
just
there's reviews. I wonder if anybody's done a review on it.
a static piece. I should check. Maybe somebody on YouTube has done a review.
Is today the release date for the toy, or has it been out a while?
And is that Super 7 also?
I don't think they have released it. That's
It's
Super
Super.
7 also, yeah.
Oh, geez, they're all over
Yeah,
the place, aren't they?
these guys are are
Maya, did
think
you
a
see
lot
this one
like
I
us.
shared?
Yeah, it looks
It's the
cool.
Beast Kingdom.
So now you got both Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
And is this a how tall are these figures? Is it 6
they're
inches?
taller. They're 7 inches, maybe even 8.
Okay, they're closer to like Amigo size.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So you already got one of those, huh, Meyer?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning on Instagram, and I got one of those Batman and Ace, and one of those boxed Godzilla Super Seven,
Yeah.
the Shogun.
Oh, which one are you
Those.
hoping to get?
Oh, that's right. You
Um,
don't know what you're getting.
uh, I saw all four of them earlier at the beginning of the stream when you showed them, and they all look cool to me. I would take any of them. I guess I would probably prefer the vintage '60s or '70s, but I'd be okay with the other ones too.
So
Is
what
Chip
about
here?
the comics for next week? What
Oh, is Chip here? I was gonna wait until he came on.
I don't did you contact him? I have no idea.
Well, and if I disappear, I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we got 15 people watching. I'm still laughing when Night Tiger accidentally called Chip Creep cheap creep. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Uh, this kid once wrote a whole paper. You have to write a paper about how to do something. You have to give directions on how to do something. So he wrote this paper about how to make pennies shiny.
Oh boy.
And he's talking about how what well, I forget what it was that you put on the pennies to make them look super shiny and new.
Right.
I'm just
And
getting ready to
throughout
close
the
up. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. I just sent him
okay,
a message.
okay, hopefully he's not. We're gonna, that guy's gonna start hating us, man. He's gonna, or his wife's gonna get mad. Um, anyway, this kid throughout the entire paper, I was shown this paper, uh, misspelled pennies and wrote penis. And so the paper started, teacher, you can clean your dirty old penis. He's talking about if you need to clean your penis, and he's talking about all these whatever. It's funny, man. Um,
What kind of
because
grade
he
did you
just
get?
kept using the word pennies over and over again in the paper,
What kind
and
of
it was
grade did you get?
always misspelled penis.
That was penis circled with a red pen over and over and over again? That would be funny, right?
Well, this was someone
Like it
that
was
had.
corrected.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Like because maybe you would give. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was just he just misspelled one word over and over and over again.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it might
but
have
it
been good
was but it changes. uh,
because
yeah,
it added humor to it. You know, maybe it was
yeah,
intentional. It could
and
have. It
then
could have been. The kid could have been a genius. It could have been. He could have been like a total prankster troll, and it could have been intentional the entire time.
this yeah, some of the misspellings can really be funny. Like my mom held, they were saying my mom held her in her palm, and but she wrote paw instead of palm. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes. So they have no water to put out these fires in California. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's good until you get halfway through it. It's good until about halfway.
There better be complete exonerations and apologies to people like Rudy Giuliani and all these people that were actually really good Americans that were destroyed by lawfare, and they really ought to. We'll see. Yeah. Um, that Batman car was added to the Spider-Man comic because they were forced to, because I think by the editors that wanted it to this new toy to have appeared in the comic. And I forget, the writer decided, well, we'll put it in there, but we'll have it immediately destroyed, but you'll at least be able to say it was in the comic. And
Was it Jerry
I think
Conway?
huh?
Was it Jerry Conway?
Yeah, I thought it was Jerry Conway back then. I didn't want to say any name because I'd probably mess it up. Yeah, and it went right into the ocean, right into the off the pier, as I recall, within an issue or two.
I liked
And
it.
then, as I recall, the Human Torch built it for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I have that first issue. I feel like he was sick at that period. It was Spider-Man was always sick, right? He always had the flu or something, or a cold.
Yeah, well, they first did that in a Steve Ditko issue, and then I guess they decided that that's cool to do that, and they kept going with it. Yeah, because in fact, that was one of the only things they kept from the comic book in that Nicholas Hammond TV show. I remember him running along a rooftop coughing or sneezing, because yeah, that was something that no one had ever thought of, having a
Who was
superhero
that
having to
little
go out
guy?
there while they're sick before.
Who
I
was
don't
that
think,
little villain right around that time? His name wasn't the Gargoyle. Was it the Gremlin? Who was that little guy?
was
It
it the
wasn't.
Jackal?
Yes, the Jackal, right? That's
That
the
was
Jackal.
around the time of the clone stuff, as I recall.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah.
ever bring that guy back? Yeah, he's.
I don't know. He was in those couple issues. This was the period of time when, for me, finding Amazing Spider-Man on the stand was really difficult because it was really popular and it would be sold out the first day, and I didn't know when comics were put out at that time. So
Huh.
when I went to buy a comic, it would be rare that I would find a Spider-Man comic.
Well,
Yeah.
they took us off the schedule for the last 2 weeks. It was only seasonal anyway. But they took us off the schedule, so
Yeah. There were comics that were in demand. I think that's why I never saw any Gold Key Star Trek until
you know,
I was like in third grade.
no, I told you I had to get jobs on the street. And the logistics manager for
Yeah, so
that.
tomorrow mail's I'm not gonna move, but according to the post office, I'm supposed to get a package from Kevin on Friday. But maybe I'm sure they must have calculated that tomorrow mail doesn't move,
Aren't they doing like a whole
or
like
maybe it moves
review?
but doesn't get delivered. I don't know how all that works.
Jimmy Carter's.
Um,
Hey Ken, is it Thursday or Friday? No mail. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow's the funeral. Yeah,
So it's Thursday. There's no mail. Is that just USPS or is that FedEx and UPS too?
I think FedEx isn't controlled by the government, so I think it would be okay. But I don't know for sure.
UPS isn't government either.
No, just USPS. I'm thinking.
So just Thursday, there's no mail. That's weird. I hope I get my shit in.
My, I'm about to disappear because my phone's out of power. I got to get up and recharge it. Hold on a second. Drew,
Okay.
don't get upset. I'm going to get up. Okay, there you are, Drew. I'm getting up. I got to plug my phone in.
I got a pretty good. Hold on, I'll put my face on. I got a pretty good story about the Portuguese Fest. I'll tell you real quick. So growing up and going to the Portuguese Fest at this little town in the San Joaquin Valley in California, where I was related to just about everybody. So the festa would last an entire week, and it still does, but it would last a whole week back then. And there would be a carnival in town that would set up in the main city park in this town, and this carnival would be there all week. So if you were there all week, like I was staying at my aunt's house, you could go to the carnival every day. Like you'd get up in the morning and eat cereal and watch cartoons, and I'd go to the carnival with my friends or my cousins. We would hang out and kind of get a flavor. And it was just this, it was like a medium-sized carnival. So I was staying at the time with my Aunt Emily, who was like an adoptive mother to me. Like I was even closer. I was really kind of closer to her than I was with my actual mother. And I really loved her. So I'm staying with her and my Uncle Johnny. And it was about second grade or third grade, right? Second grade, you're like 7 or 8. So you're not really a little kid, but you're still a little kid, but you feel like you're not a kindergartner anymore, right? So at this time, in this age, in this town, I'm able to move around completely unsupervised. Like I just jump on a bike and flip flops and ride to the carnival, and there's no supervision. So, but I think during this week, at one point, I feel like I have discovered some sort of an angle with one of the carnival games. And the carnival game is that one where it's open on all sides, and in the middle are all these moving and spinning platforms that have pieces of crystal and china on them that are balanced on them all, and they're all moving around different speeds and slowly. And you have to take a dime, or I think it was a dime. I think that you had to have a dime to do it. And so you would give them $1 and he would give you 10 dimes. And so you're supposed to stand there and throw these dimes and try and make them land on the plate. If they land on, or whatever, it's all dishes and cheap china and stuff, glass, right? So if it lands on that, then you get the piece of glass. So somehow, some way, I don't really remember exactly how I figured it out, but I think in my little 7 or 8-year-old kid mind that I've figured out an angle, and I've gotten really good at it. So good that I'm almost able to get something with every dime or every other dime. I've got like a 70% hit rate, right? And so what happens is I get a whole bunch of this stuff, and it's really, I'm getting ripped off. It's intentionally easy, but my little 7-year-old mind doesn't realize that the dishes that I'm getting are not worth a dime. But I'm getting a whole bunch, and I'm taking them back like 2-3 days in a row to my Aunt Emily, like, because I'm so happy, because I feel like I'm adding to her collection of china and beautiful Waterford crystal that she has on her shelves. But I'm giving her this cheap, crappy, like worse than Dollar Tree nowadays type stuff. And it was kind of heartwarming. I remember, and then I realized at the end that she told me, well, this was, and she explained it to me, and I was like, I got taken. I was a rube. But I remember she did explain it to me at the end, but she appreciated it all.
That's great.
So
Yeah, I
everybody
knew
here,
about Last Frontier, about that clone saga, how it came back in the 90s. And yeah, I wasn't reading then, but I remember hearing from people about it. And
I have to plug in my phone. I'll be back in a sec.
yeah,
all right, I got the Marvel comics, the DC ones in come
they didn't come.
for next week. No,
Oh, okay. Okay, so
but I got Marvel comics for next week.
okay. Did you contact Ship Creep?
I did, but I thought maybe you'd be here. But let me see if he
Oh, maybe
answered.
hold on. Let me put the link where he doesn't have to go all the way back up to the top to see it. That may be a problem. Let me put it in the comments as the last thing. Anyone else wants to come on, you're welcome to. We could, I think I could, I have it where I could have like 10 or 15 or something insane number of people on, but I never have more than just a few people. So I even, there's really no point to pay for the fancy package except to get the Piggly Wiggly logo, or to go on for long streams, which I really shouldn't do anyway. But they give you free 20 hours a month and stuff. Okay, so what is Marvel got next week?
I'll tell you when I find something good.
Have you already pulled everything for your
No,
regular subscribers?
I haven't even pulled the stuff out of the box yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah,
Everybody's gonna
the
go back
store that
to
I
the
was aware of, they got all their books like real early in the morning on Wednesday, and they unpacked the Marvel in DC on Wednesday morning before they opened at noon.
I remember those days.
So, but that was just a couple of years ago. But now you get
Not
them.
for me. That was like that was a decade ago for me.
So, do you have to pay extra to get them early?
used to have to pay like it was small. It was a small fee to get them extra.
So, okay, so the store that gets them on Wednesday morning, they're real cheapskates.
Yeah, it would like be to save like $3. It's like a $3 fee.
Okay. It seems like he would drive out to get them too, like go to the airport or something.
I used to drive to the UPS place and pick them up.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what he did.
That was back before I knew you could have them just go bring them to your store.
Yeah. Steven says, hello from the Planet of the Apes, Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Is that where Planet of the Apes is?
Didn't this Spider Man? Yeah, Spider Man just came out this
Yeah,
week. There's one next week too.
in the same series?
Yeah,
Oh, well, they're really soaking people, aren't they?
it's 65 point. It's a point issue.
Oh, boy. No, no, thank you. They're making it so hard for people to collect these in the future. Imagine if there were points back in the 60s where you had to figure out, oh, there was an issue in between these two issues. Ridiculous.
I think this Rogue Savage Rogue book is going to be the only one. Want.
Uh, the only one of the series or the only one
No,
that
like
sells?
next week's books.
It, okay.
I'm putting it just in some kind of order. Have you ever
Okay,
done?
yes.
Have you ever gotten a shipment? Because it's all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just remember when Marvel started going with who sends it Random House.
That's what Marvel uses. Yeah, Penguin Random
Yeah,
House.
I just remember the first week or two, everything arrived all banged up, or maybe it was only the first week, and then they apologized and fixed it and started sending the comics properly. But I remember, was it 1 or 2 weeks that that everything was messed up,
It was probably the least 3 weeks.
and were yours messed up too?
Yeah, yeah, they were.
Everybody's. Did they have to? So those books that came out those few weeks, there must be very few 9.8s.
No, I think they knew it was going to happen. They overprinted them so that they could replace them all.
Oh, they knew that the new people they got were going to mess up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't they warn them? These people are freaks about condition that you're shipping to. You've got to really pack carefully. You're not sending Harlequin romances out. These people are fanatics about condition.
Hmm.
Oh well. What is Savage Rogue? Is she turned into a jungle woman or something?
Yeah, and like X-Men, they went to the Savage Land.
Oh, I was just guessing. Oh, okay. So is she like in a Sheena outfit or something? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, there's some really nice covers.
I can imagine, but because that last Marvel shipment, everything looked like the cover of Penthouse from the '70s.
Well,
It's
that's what's selling. That's the only
yeah,
thing that's selling.
I know that's clearly that's what's selling. It's always sold.
But if you actually open and read it, you're gonna be in for a little
Yeah, they
surprise.
trick you with the girly covers, and then they teach you lessons about being a good
Yeah.
communist inside the book. So it's the way they lure you in.
Some of the stuff I like. My Wolverine. Laura Kinney X-23 Wolverine. They
Uh-huh.
overshipped it because they had nobody nobody ordered enough, so they
Uh-huh.
overshipped it because they had all these extra copies.
Oh, they're just trying to get rid of them by sending extra copies to the comic stores.
Yeah,
It's like Merry Christmas. You can have a bunch of stuff no one wants.
exactly. Stuff that I can't use. Send me extra rogues that I can use.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. You
Oh,
can
that's
look.
fine. I mean, you don't want to, yeah,
Just put them
have
in order.
books in the wrong piles.
No, they'd be all over the. They're all over the place. Was there?
This has been just a horrible few days. How long has this been? Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday. 4.5 days of nightmare.
Is it hard
The
to sleep,
heat.
or you were able to sleep?
I kind of could. I had two heavy blankets on, but it it's you wake up and you're all parched because the space heater is drawing all the moisture out of your mouth, and then you're cold, and then you wake up and it's like, wait a second, I'm not cold anymore. And then I realize, is it because I'm dying? And God takes care of people that are freezing to death by not letting them feel it anymore. It's just like, why aren't am I not feeling cold anymore? It's just like there's all kinds of weird tricks. And then I had these really vivid dreams as I was ultra cold. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah. But it's made me realize I need to have more sources of heat, as I've got to return these three space heaters that were lent to me. Um, oh, there's a Stephen is saying, does anybody know if Famous Monsters of Filmland has started up again under a new publisher? I think that they have, isn't but it seems like about a year ago, it seems like I was talking to Kevin about this, and he's and it was like they're going to charge like $25 or $30 a copy, and it didn't really look that great, and it's not really Famous Monsters. It's some, because it's Famous Monsters is something that belongs in another time period, and I don't. Is that right, Kevin? You just didn't order them because they were ridiculously expensive.
It's like a $25 magazine or something.
Yeah, and is that still being published? Are you still solicited for it?
I've only I've only seen the. I was never solicited for it.
Oh,
They didn't break the.
well, someone's having a Famous Monsters convention, so I assume someone owns the rights to the name of the
No,
magazine.
it's the same guy. The same guy that owns the convention has the magazine.
Right, but has he put out, how many copies has he put out since he bought the name?
Just the one. It had that. What's his name? Sorry, I can't remember his name. He died. Sid Haig. It had him on the cover.
Oh, okay. Well, what I would recommend, Stephen, is Monster Bash. To me, that's more what Famous Monsters was. And I'd also recommend the magazine Cryptology, and that's more what the Monster Times and I guess a little bit of Castle of Frankenstein used to be. And then there's Castle of Frankenstein, which is what didn't a new Castle of Frankenstein just come out? Did I get that from you?
Yeah, you got it.
How long ago was that?
last month, I think,
Like a
or
month or
six
Okay, it's in the box that I've got to.
six
Okay,
weeks ago, I think,
I
maybe even
right,
2 months
I
ago.
got it and I put it in a box and I still haven't read it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
it's a
where it
reissue.
is.
It's good.
Okay, so to answer the question, Stephen, the new Castle of Frankenstein is pretty much worthy of the old Castle of Frankenstein. So I would get Castle of Frankenstein, I'd get Cryptology, and I'd get Monster Bash, and that's really, it's I'm going to keep stressing this new golden age because Trump's talking about it, and that's to me pretty much the way it was when I was a kid, having three great monster magazines, and then there's Shudder and Vampires Carmilla. It's almost like, I don't know. There, I can ignore some of this crap coming out and have fun. All these cool toys coming out. Has there ever been a time when so much cool toys were coming out? Oh
I
yeah,
think this
there
is
we go. Hold on.
Castle Frankenstein. I think that's the
Yeah,
newest
yeah,
one.
that's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what do you think, Meyer? Is this a golden age of toys with Super Seven and everything?
I don't know
Maybe
about
the
golden age,
'60s
but
were better and the '50s were better, but
we're in a new period, that's for sure. We're in this period of almost all the toys that are being made for adult collectors.
that's true. Oh, that's true. They're
They're
not
not
being
really
made
being
for
made for kids
kids.
to play
It's
with. They're being made to cater to the disposable income of the demographic, right?
Yeah,
And so that's why it's hopefully, that's why they're catching us with some of this cool stuff, and some of it doesn't interest us, because it's more in Kevin's age bracket, but that's what's going on. They're
yeah, yeah. That's true.
which I'm fine with. I love all the
Stevens.
stuff that's being made.
Yeah, it's fun. Steven says that's crazy. I know Castle of Frankenstein has been on again, off again. Well,
It's really good too, Steven.
someone put about, I don't know, a handful of issues out in the '90s. They were terrible, but now that it started, and I think they put out maybe 5 issues, it's been
So
consistently
let's talk
good.
about this. So it has a $12.99 cover price. It's thick. It's a heavy magazine. Um,
Yeah, Scary Monsters is good too,
130
Steven. I
pages.
forgot about them.
It's not color. Like we looked at Monster Bash and at um, Cryptology. Those are both slick color magazines. This is
Right.
not. This is the old newsprint feel to it.
Well, Castle of Frankenstein would look wrong with color. It's just it needs to be that. Wow. Yeah.
This just looks great. Tons of
Yeah.
articles and tons of stills.
Yeah. And the original Castle of Frankenstein was a really special magazine. Now it had over. This is published quarterly, I believe. The original Castle of Frankenstein might be published quarterly, or it might skip a year. I mean, it was a very erratic schedule. It was it because they didn't have subscribers, so they put it out when they got ready to put it out. They didn't have any obligation to have it out at a certain time.
Oh, I forgot about this. So with this new Castle of Frankenstein, one of the things that I really like is this movie review that's at the front of every issue. Have you been reading these? Have you check this out? It's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a lot of obscure stuff, and sometimes there's stuff I've never heard of or even seen before. It's cool.
Well, Castle of Frankenstein in the '60s, in the back had these little mini reviews that were about a paragraph long for movies, and that's what inspired Michael Weldon with the Psychotronic Encyclopedia of Film. He was inspired by Castle of Frankenstein. So they would, when a monster movie would come on or horror movie would come on late night back in the '60s or early '70s, the TV guide will only give you a little bit of information. But if you flip through your Castle of Frankenstein's, you might find a review of that movie that would give you a lot more detail. And that's what they were trying to do, is build up a library of reviews. Let's see what's going on in Gotham City. That looks like a
Yeah,
Life magazine kind of look on that top book there.
that's a
So you know,
back ad. This
Oh yeah,
Maybe
the red at the bottom made it look like Life magazine from the
it's
old
not a
days.
golden age, but it's a resurgence right now. So there's a resurgence happening, and it's like a cultural shift at the same time.
But there's things happening that kind of uh, it's almost like it's a movie. When we were kids, before I was really even aware, Robert Kennedy was assassinated, and but Bobby Darin wrote that song, Abraham Martin and John. At the end, Abraham Martin and John welcome Bobby Kennedy, into heaven, and Bobby Darin was a huge supporter of Robert Kennedy and was so torn up when he was killed, and now the son of Robert Kennedy is now muscular like Batman, and he's coming back in to get revenge for his father. And it's kind of like now that we're older, we're getting to see the next chapter, and he comes in and he's gonna. To me, this is just. And I'm hearing all these people talking about Elon Musk is really evil. He's going to start a credit score. And it's like, I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard him talk about that. But there's all this stuff where they're trying to make it seem like, well, Trump's really going to wind up being the Antichrist. And it's like, well, I don't know, man. So far, everything looks great. But people are trying to black pill everybody and get people scared. Yeah, these new comics, see how every one of them is wavy like that. That's just the way new comics are.
it's just the light too. If you hit it at a different light, you don't see it.
Yeah, I know, but the wave is there, but it's on all comics. It's not damage. It's just the way that they're printed and
It's it's ink saturation. It's called fluting.
fluting. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, it's just I don't like the look of it, but
Yeah, I don't really
I
like it
like
either.
old comics.
Once it's in a bag and board for a while, you don't see it.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to be negative, but it's just missing Mars is wavy because of way too much ink. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they don't need to go all the way to the border with the black ink. They're trying to simulate the look of watching a movie in a theater. So they want all this black to, because when you watch a movie, your whole peripheral vision's all black, as opposed to a comic book where you got a white border around the page. And so they're trying to create that look because ultimately what they want, the comics aren't don't exist for comics sake. They exist with the hopes that someone, a movie studio or Netflix, will buy the an option on that property to turn it into a movie. So they're trying to make it look, okay, Mr. Hollywood, this is what it would look like if you buy our intellectual property and turn it into a movie. It's like
Yeah,
they're trying to give storyboards for a
exactly.
potential film idea. I don't
So
know.
about this is a real quick short story about me rubbing elbows with some, like, what would they call these, young cannibals or something? But so for a little while in San Francisco about 10 years ago, I was going to these kind of upper crusty parties somehow because I got connected through the stage work, through the dance community. So I met these guys. I'm at a party and I'm in this conversation, and I knew these guys as being like
Oh,
the
wait. Oh,
boyfriends of
man.
some women that I worked with, and they worked for this video game company, and they designed games like Candy Crush. So
Oh,
they were telling me about what the main goal is to develop an IP. That's what and at the time I was like, an IP, what's an IP? And he goes, like uh Banjo Kazooie and Earthworm Jim and the Mario Brothers. And I go, yeah. He goes, you just got to come up with your own, and then you're set for life. And that's they were talking. That was the conversation. Was they were telling me all you got to do is come up with this IP, and if it clicks, then if you have a demographic for it, like they were working for this company that was selling games to housewives and soccer moms. That was the idea. It was the beginning of Candy Crush, about
ah,
2012 or 2013 or 2010, something like that.
I
This
see.
story taking place. But I was like, what the heck? And these guys were like 30.
I see. I got excited for a second. I thought there was a Tales to Astonish facsimile, but it's just a image on a back cover of some other comic.
They're
What?
show
What?
it's an homage cover, so they're showing you on the back what the homage is.
Oh, can we see that again? I went over my head.
Yeah, it went over anybody's head. That's why they put it on the back because it looks nothing like it.
Okay. All right. I see that. Now let's see the homage.
Huh.
What?
Just because his hand is up like that,
How would anyone ever dream that
you would
that's
never.
that?
You, I guess,
Dude.
the word balloons down here.
Oh.
They're really reaching.
They're the
Okay. Yeah,
same.
they don't
They're
have
the
word
same word
balloons on
balloons.
comic covers anymore, so that must look old fashioned to some
Oh,
of them.
they're the exact word balloons. They're the same words.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Steven says America's involved in a renaissance. Hopefully, the Russians don't blow it up in the meantime. If they were going to do that, they would have already done it. See, the Russia's also in a renaissance. They just started before we did, and they're, trust me, Russia is, it will be fine once Trump gets in. He'll fix all this mess, and I think the Russians are, it'll be fine.
Here, we'll
Um,
look at the best first, I guess.
let me see that.
Well,
Let
not
me see.
that good. I mean, it's the best thing that's out next week.
Yeah, but let me
The
the
story's going to be
proportion
bad.
the
This is J.
proportions.
Scott Campbell.
I can't get a sense of the proportions of the drawing on the cover. Okay. I don't know, man. That
I mean,
should have been the cover there. That's
yeah, I
better
don't
than
mind
the.
how the art looks.
Yeah, the art inside is better than the cover. That's different than usually. It's usually the other way around.
Is this a first issue, Kevin?
It's the first issue, yes.
Mm, I
Cool monsters.
Yeah.
oh, the artwork is pretty good.
Rogue in the Savage Land. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Huh.
that's okay.
I would
Let's
like
look
one
at
of
this
those if you
cup.
have an extra. I'll take one of those in my pile. I'll take that. I'm going to try
Let's
it
Uh,
out.
look at
uh,
the covers because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 or 8 covers.
See,
Okay.
I'd like one too, but I need to pick a cover. That one I'm not sure of. Let me see the one on the left.
This one's cool because it has a corner box.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. What the other one doesn't?
No, I don't know who the
Oh,
artist of this is, but this is the normal cover.
that's the A cover that
hmm
it's
And
supposed to have.
this is the J. Scott Campbell cover.
Okay, I is J. Scott Campbell someone we're supposed to like?
Yeah, he's like a
And
good girl art guy.
Okay, all right. It looks a
it's
little
popular.
wonky to me.
And this
Let's
is Adam
see.
Hughes, but it's foil.
Can you get it without the foil? That's a good painting, a drawing rather.
Yeah.
No, they want you to pay the $10 for the foil.
Oh, it's 10. Oh,
Yeah, because I don't get a discount on it.
but why can't they let you have that art without the
Yeah,
foil?
that's a
They
great
make
point.
me order this with no discount.
Fast.
Oh, do you? Oh, so you just have one of that, huh?
So I have 8 of them. So I have to be a dick and raise the price to 10
I see.
because there's no discount on foil for some reason.
What does the regular one cost? 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's look at some more covers.
I kind of like that Adam Hughes though.
Yeah, it's good, but it's just foil. I don't like touching foil. If I'm gonna read it,
Uh, she looks
Okay.
pregnant, man. What's going on? Oh, no, maybe not. Just,
So it's like what, like the official handbook of the Marvel Universe kind of thing, like a color guide, a design guide.
yeah, that's like a design guide exactly. It shows you what her boots are supposed to look like, what her knife's
yeah,
supposed to look
or for
like.
an animated series or something. Yeah.
This was
Wearing a
comic book.
t-shirt, it's supposed to look like this.
Yeah, I kind of
This
like it.
costume.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. So
and
far,
it's designed by
like,
Jim Lee.
Huh.
yeah, I think I just like the first release cover so far.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're almost done.
Yeah. Well, I want to see all of them. Is
What
there
else do we
more
got?
still? This is
There's
ridiculous.
more. No, this is not even all. This is just the ones that I thought would sell.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
This is crazy. They made so many different covers for this one comic book. Well, I
There's
guess
more. There's probably 60 covers.
it's what they do.
It's
I'm not
so
kidding. I'm not over
ridiculous.
exaggerating. I bet you there's 60 covers.
Oh my God. It's so stupid.
This one's pretty good.
Let's see. Uh, yeah, well, yeah, it is. Can you zoom in on her face? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
This one right here is a special one. I had to order 25 to get this one.
Okay. Can you zoom in on that? Okay. Well, not necessarily that, but what does her face look like? I mean, that's pretty good. So that's going to be real expensive, huh? Or you're not selling it?
No, I sell it, but I got to sell it for, like 25 or 30 or something, whatever
Right,
it's,
right, right,
whatever it
right.
sells for.
That's pretty good. I have to admit.
I still think this one's the best, probably. I think Meyer's right. I think this
Yeah,
one's still the best.
I'll take one of those, please.
Well, so what's the deal? The one with the foil. What's wrong? It's the cover's too thick to read. It's just.
I just don't like touching them because you get your fingerprints all over them.
Oh, I see.
It's on the back, too.
Yeah, let me get the one Meyer got. That's the real issue. All the others are fake covers.
Okay.
This is the most ridiculous thing. I've been in all this good mood, and this brings me right back down into the hatred.
So, a couple days ago, I discovered that there's this morning television show in Sacramento that it's called Good Day Sacramento. It's like a local version of Good Morning America, right? And all the hosts are all local, like, newscasters. And it's been going on for years. I remembered it, but I discovered it recently that they have a YouTube channel. So I subscribed to their YouTube channel, and so I get their little videos, and they're they're like unintentionally cringe and cheesy, and some of them are pretty funny. So this morning they're like live when they film them, and they'll be like on the road, like it'll be like 7:30 in the morning, and they'll go, let's go to Shanice, she's in a backyard in Fair Oaks. And in Fair Oaks this morning, they had like a 3-minute video on this mobile spray tan unit. This lady comes to your house and she sets up a tent in your yard or kitchen or bathroom, and it takes her about a half hour to give you a full head to toe spray tan, just like Donald Trump. They didn't mention Donald Trump, but I thought it was very interesting that there was a whole segment on how to get a home mobile spray tan in the middle of January. They're like, are you getting chilly? It's like 64 degrees at like 10 o'clock in the morning in Sacramento. They're like, winter's here, right? And they're like, would you like to get a spray tan? And then the whole segment was about this lady coming to your house and giving you a tan. And she showed how it worked and everything like that. And there was a girl in a bikini that was standing there, and she actually sprayed her live. And she showed it happening. It was kind of erotic a little bit, but it was kind of funny. It was entertaining.
So it's a paint. It's painted on, or does the chemical really tan your skin?
No, I wondered that too. My question was how often. It was good reporting. And it was also interesting because it wasn't interesting, and I guess it's not even worth mentioning, but the reporter herself that was on the go in the backyard, she was of African American descent, so it really didn't apply to her, but she was still there doing the shoot, so that was cool, and there was no mention of that. So
Yeah.
very progressive. But at the same time, I was wondering the same thing: how long does it last? And she said a week with proper skincare. She said you got to moisturize every day and put lotion on, but it only lasts a week, and it looked like paint. She had like this big airbrush thing, and you could
Oh.
fully see it was clear, and you could see inside of the jar was like, it looked like tobacco juice, and she was like spraying it on this girl in a bikini.
Well, maybe it's like a rub-on tattoo you get when you're a kid. Maybe
It's
it's
like a
fake.
dye. It's some sort of a dye that it changes it darkens your skin.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know what the actual chemical compound of spray tan is. She didn't. There was only 3 minutes to do the piece, so she didn't actually break it down and talk about that.
You know, that that one with the Adam Hughes, I think would have been the best cover if it wasn't on foil. But
Yep. They beat it on place, they get more money for it.
yeah. So this is an alien comic that I'm sure will appeal. People love that stuff, I guess.
You want to see something crazy? There was a book put out by Matt Hawkins about maybe 10 years ago. It's called Wildfire, and it's Hollywood burning.
Oh man.
And now the
Well,
writer, this guy right here, right now, he's in the middle of it. He has to evacuate in real life
Really?
after he wrote this
oof.
book.
Oh my gosh. Meyer, this is real close to that amusement park I was obsessed with about 6 months ago, right? That doesn't
Yeah,
exist anymore.
it's north of that, but yeah, it's on the shore. It's on the beach just like that, but north of it.
I'm speculating
North
on
of
this book.
Pacific Ocean Pier, Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was really
Speculating
into
on
that.
this. Look at there's the news reporter.
It,
Ooh,
this fire that's happening now is close to where we used to live when I was a kid. When we lived in LA, we lived in Malibu Canyon area, Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, which is also just which is a bit north of where the fire is now. You know, I saw a clip this morning. I guess there was a Call of Duty game that came out in 2012 that took
hmm.
place in Los Angeles in 2025, and it's the whole city is burned and on fire in the video game. And it looks they D-Day Cobra was playing the video game. And he showed he wasn't playing, but he showed pictures of the video game, and you could see it looked exactly like yesterday.
Well, that's all. That's all the more, you know, that it's all planned, and this is all. This isn't something that just happened naturally any more than Maui. But
Let's see what happens in issue 2.
so these are
Yeah,
just things
this
you happen to
wildfire
have in the
comes
back
from that.
issue bin, and you remember that was about a similar thing, or what?
Well, no, I have the guy on my Facebook, and he was talking about
Oh,
having
and he
to
was.
evacuate.
Oh,
When did this
okay.
And
So
comic
you
come
you
out?
found these in the boxes and pulled them out.
well, I remember about 3 months ago, this lady was coming in and buying these from me, and I thought it was weird because I was like, nobody's ever asked for this book.
Weird.
Wow, look, there it is. That looks
Yeah, it
like
looks just
last
like what
night.
we saw on the news this morning.
Yep.
Missing
Just
Mars
like
says,
last
I
night.
believe all spray tans are just a surface coloring of the skin.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it is. Yeah.
I never even thought of about it. I figured Trump was getting in tanning machines and he was putting on
No.
little goggles around his eyes, and that's why it was white around his eyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a lady that comes once a week and it sets up a
Okay.
tent or goes in the shower and he gets sprayed.
I don't think he's been doing it lately. And he's let his hair go kind of naturally gray instead of the extreme bright yellow that it used to be. Uh,
All right, let's finish looking at these.
okay.
Chip's not here.
You did get a response from him?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is an alien comic, and then this is another cover for it.
Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh, they seem obsessed with killing Spider-Man. What is their deal, man?
It's the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. They have to kill him 8 ways.
What? That's depressing. Okay, so Thor.
So one death for every leg of a spider? Is that why they're gonna go with
Oh, yeah, maybe.
that
Look at this
Hulk
guy.
comic's okay? It looks like it's supposed to be like Jarella's world, sort of. Like an homage to that cover where he's inside of the giant wild boar, right?
I don't know even what you're talking about.
It's like Hulk number 200 and something when he gets miniaturized and goes to Jarella's world,
Oh
and then
yeah,
Oh,
Hulk
yeah, I
cover,
do too, actually. Yeah,
he's
I
like
remember
inside
that.
the jaws of a warthog.
And he's in the sewer, and that rat's chasing him.
That looked kind of good, that cover, but the inside didn't look very good.
I don't even. What was that?
Wolverine and Elektra.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the girl Wolverine, and the girl.
Oh, they're both
Daredevil.
girls.
Maybe
Okay,
the
all
Elektra is
right.
really a guy. Should be.
That's a pretty good cover.
Yeah, he's like an Adam Hughes, this artist.
Uh-huh.
Is that X-23? Is that her name?
Yeah, Laura Kinney.
And is she related to Logan?
Yeah, daughter.
Was
Remember,
she
she
the
had the two
daughter in
claws.
that movie?
Yeah, yeah, she was in that movie. She had the two claws.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good looking. Miles Morales. Okay.
Here's Monster High for you. Oh, look, it's a
Oh,
comic in a comic. Are
is
they
that a
making
new
a
one?
comic?
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Maybe they're making a comic inside the comic.
Yeah, like Dog Man
Is
or
this
Cat Kid.
a new
There's
numbered one?
Dogman right there. There's Dogman.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It looks like Oliver Reed from that Curse of the Werewolf movie.
Look at this mummy. The mummy's the teacher.
Huh.
What? Everybody's sad. They all look really sad.
Okay, they weren't making a comic.
Huh. Didn't look like there were a lot of words. Was there a lot of? Maybe I wasn't looking.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see many words either.
There's another cover.
Is this
Putting
like a
in
new series or anything?
issue
Just
5 of a new series.
oh, it's issue 5. Okay. If Jude might already be onto this, I don't want to jump into something. Plus, I saw that we had a stack of Monster High comics when I was there for Christmas Eve. That's a cool cover. I like it.
This artist lives out here.
Looks like skateboard art, doesn't it? Look like the bottom of a Pal Peralta skateboard.
Yeah, he's pretty stylized like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, here's a David Nakayama storm cover.
Oh, so this is the new guy. I saw a big ad for this guy's art today.
David Nakayama. That's
Yeah.
what David Nakayama DNA.
Yeah, I saw like 6 different covers
Oh,
that he's come out with that are coming out.
he's
Yeah, he's all over
Japanese,
the
I
place.
assume.
He's Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars. Ultimate Wolverine.
Is that the first issue?
Yeah, he already appeared though. This isn't his first appearance. It's the what's the guy's name from Captain America? Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's basically Winter Soldier Wolverine.
Bucky Barnes? No, that's not. Is Bucky Barnes Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's so confusing, you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. They just throw two darts at a board and see what characters they hit, and then mash
I
them
saw
together.
I saw an action figure set the other day that I hadn't seen before, and it was drastically marked down like 50% off, and it was Franklin and Valeria Richards, right? But they're like teenagers and kids, right? I didn't even understand who they were, and apparently no one else does either because nobody wants to buy the action figure set. It's like sitting there for half off, and I thought, what the heck?
Yeah,
Who are these
Yeah.
people? But I
I
guess
never
Franklin
even
and
was
Valeria
aware they
Richards.
had a daughter. I just remember
I guess they have
Franklin
a daughter now
Richards.
named Valeria.
Yeah, I
Isn't that
remember
amazing?
Franklin was about 6 years old the last time I checked out
That's
things.
what I remember too. Now he looks like he's 20.
Maybe it's like the way Tabitha aged, from Bewitched to the Tabitha. Didn't she age like 6 years, like between two seasons, or she was born, and then the next season she was a 6-year-old,
I
and
don't
then
remember.
about six
Maybe
or
you're
seven,
right.
and
Yeah,
then
maybe you're right. She
and
was a
then about
baby, and then she was a Yeah, maybe she was a toddler. Maybe she was 3 or 4,
and when
3.
did Bewitched go off the air? About 1971. And then I think in
Yeah.
1975 there was a Tabitha TV series they tried to get off the air where she was a young adult.
Yes, yeah, I
So
watched it.
she maybe Witch's age weirdly. I don't know.
It's possible,
No, it's just that they don't give a shit.
but that if that were, I mean, maybe Endora was supposed to be hundreds of years old. Maybe Samantha was supposed to be hundreds of years old.
Yeah, it could be. You know, the genie was, she'd been around for thousands of years.
I told you
Right.
guys that Rogue was the best thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there were some good covers. It went to, I was thinking Missing Mars that it might have gone to 72, but I was guessing 71 just to be on the conservative side.
I don't think Chip would have wanted anything anyway.
Yeah, he's more of a DC guy, I think, or am I wrong? No, he isn't. That's not
He
true.
says both. Oh wait, he's probably gonna want Spider Man.
Yeah. Um, I can't predict what people want,
Nobody. Yeah,
That
you can't predict.
is that X-20, that one with the female Wolverine, is that shitty or is that good, or is it, how terrible is it?
I bet it's really bad. If they overshipped me copies because they couldn't get rid of them,
Oh, okay.
they've
So
only done that with bad books. They've never done it with a good book that I could actually
so
sell.
that means you get 100% profit on those.
I can show you if I sell them, but they'll never sell. I can show you the pile that I have of books they overship me with, and I've never sold a single one.
Missing Mars says, Kevin, my pile is up to what?
We haven't done a pile for you yet.
I guess he wants you to create a pile just all the time, and then he'll occasionally check in and see. I don't know.
I really loved Bewitched. Like that's a great show. It completely still holds up, and
Yeah.
the amazing cast with all these great characters. But one thing that always stood out to me as a kid, like maybe my favorite character, obviously other than Samantha, who I wanted to be my mom and I wanted to be married to her when I was like 6. But at the same time, Aunt Clara stands out to me. Aunt Clara was this incredible character, but why after one instance, why would Sam continue to leave Tabitha with Aunt Clara when every time Aunt Clara is going to completely screw the situation up, right? Because it happens
Yeah.
every time she shows up, but she just kept giving her, a break. I
Yeah,
liked
because
Aunt
they've
Clara.
got to have a plot for each It's just like, why would you leave your little boy with Dr. Smith and let
Right.
him
Well,
take
that's clearly
babysit?
obvious. Yeah, because Aunt
It's just,
Clara, you could think that maybe Sam was trying to give her something to do, and she felt bad for Aunt Clara because Aunt Clara would show up and really be excited about babysitting. Right? She would like be really into it, but Sam knew she was going to screw it up. And,
yeah, because
whatever. The purse was full
Dr.
of gold
Smith
rocks or
was a
something.
Dr. Smith was a terrorist that
Yeah,
rigged your spaceship and
he was a
caused you to be
stowaway,
lost in space, and he accidentally got trapped on the ship before he escaped and was lost with you. And so you're
like
just
a
going to let him
spy.
be your
Yeah.
lovable uncle that and you're going to have a robot there to chaperone because the guy's clearly, but yeah, just let him babysit your kid after he tried to kill you, basically. Um,
You
Missing
guys want to
Mars,
open
Aunt
up?
Clara was like when Uncle Arthur showed up. Is Uncle Arthur Paul Lind?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
the
want
Yeah. I like
the
to
funny
open up
uncle.
one of these?
Great. And so was Dr. Bombay. I like Dr.
Oh yeah,
Bombay.
Doctor Bombay. What did you say, Kevin?
Do you guys want to open up one of these?
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
sure, if you're willing to open merchandise, because you open it and then it may be more sellable to one of us because we'll fall in love with it. I don't mind
This
open
way?
product because I want to see
Tail
the thing.
assembly not required.
Tail assembly not required. Okay. That's weird. Oh, he's in a body bag.
Oh, he's posable. It's cool. He's posable. You can feel him. The texture on him feels cool.
It's the Helen Keller experience.
Which one did I get? I'm not looking.
Uh, he's
Oh, shiny, like a shiny metal one,
Yeah.
shiny metal one.
Silver.
Okay.
like a Sofubi kind of one. It's pretty cool.
His tongue goes in and out. Does his tongue go in and out?
I assume that's what that is. Looks like he
His
got
arm.
shot with an arrow in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, look at it. It works differently than the original one.
It looks painful.
I like it. That's cool.
So is it the exact same sculpture on all of them? It's just the what it's made of is different.
Let's see if he has wheels on his feet.
No wheels.
Let's see if the tail turns right where it comes off. Yeah, it does. Turns. Legs move, arms move. It's pretty cool. Head even moves, yeah.
And so this is a completely American-made toy. I wonder if this is a heavily in-demand thing over in Japan to get imports of this American toy over there.
Yeah, probably.
You don't think they had their own version?
I would say that they maybe a combination of both. I've actually watched some channels of some toy channels from places like Japan or Singapore where the guys are English speaking, and you can tell they have an expensive toy habit, and they will have the same new stuff that we will have, and there will be implications that it was more difficult or more expensive to get that a particular Marvel Legend or GI Joe or something. But I would guess that Super 7 is probably popular in the Japanese toy community, and it might be more difficult to get. I'm not sure. But
Well, it's
if they're
always
making,
exotic
yeah,
when it comes from another country,
yeah.
and they love our culture.
I was just going to say that in Japan, they love everything that we make, to be honest. A lot of the
Yeah.
things we make, they really love, especially like things like media and toys and comic books and all this stuff.
What's funny is when they get into rockabilly and they're in poodle skirts and pompadours, they just love our culture that we've forgotten about. A lot of countries, France is the same way. Well, how long has Super 7 been around?
Probably about 2010, 2008, something like that.
I just
It
remember
started in San
Tarzan and the
Francisco.
Super 7.
They started as a small independent art toy shop in San Francisco on Haight Street.
I can tell you when this kind of figure came around, it was, they call them reaction figures.
Mm-hmm.
This, it was like 2012, maybe, when they invented a reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
And you remember what it was? Remember the first one?
What was the first one? What was it?
It was the Kenner aliens. That's why it looks like Kenner.
Oh, you're right. It was the large size Kenner alien reproduction, right?
Well, there
Was
were the reaction. They were trying to. They were trying to continue because Kenner was originally supposed to make little alien figures. But remember, they only made the big one, and then it got pulled off the shelves.
Right.
So that it was like a what if,
So that's how
basically.
they started the reaction
That's how they
line.
started it. You had to go to San Diego Comic Con. I was there, and you
So
could buy.
before that, they were making large scale stuff. Some of it was like 18 inches high, like these big reproductions of Shogun warriors mixed with stormtroopers. Remember that? I have a catalog of all their stuff of like what they had. I got it from the store on Haight Street in about 2010. Remember that catalog? I showed it to you, and
Yeah.
it's all big. It's all expensive stuff too. It's all like Safubi Japanese knockoff stuff, original art figures that are based off of kaijus, right? A lot of it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All kinds of different translucent gel, glitter plastics, and that's what they were. You've seen it. That's what they were using. All kinds of little strange looking kaijus, about 6 inches tall, and Safubi style, with all this different type of vinyl and plastic that they were using.
Yeah. Well,
Wow, it's 70 degrees in here. Has it started to warm up in your place yet?
yeah, I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's
They had it fixed while I was at work. I just left I left the door to the basement unlocked, which is something you can do in a small town, and they just went in and fixed it. And my wife was upstairs, but she didn't even know they were here. I had to tell her by phone that they had contacted me, told me they'd fixed it.
That's
Mr. Mars,
great.
does anyone feel like shopping? I thought that's what we were doing. Is there anything? Oh, you mean for comics for you, or do you want any of these action figures, Missing Mars?
you probably want some old comics, but I don't know where any are right now.
Yeah, that. How have you been doing on that cheapskate comic collector claim sale? So what is that on Thursday nights? Comics. I don't know, man. I think he's tapped out of the Silver Age and stuff.
No, there's probably a box around here somewhere. I need to dig it out.
Oh, okay.
I know. Well, I know where some Fantastic Four are too.
Oh, that from what era?
Some Silver Age.
Oh, is that buy that you got where um
It
that I
was not
went?
a buy. It was a trade. He was going to cut them apart. Remember that? I saved him from getting cut into
Oh,
pieces.
that's right. That's right. Okay, so yeah, he has some good Fantastic Fours, Missing Mars. Um, that's right.
You want to see them? I know where they're at. I'll grab them real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Did you see where January 6th was Artie Simek's birthday? Do you say Simek or Simic? I've always said Simek.
Well, I've never said his name out loud in my life, but in my head, I've always read it Simic. But
See, in my head, I always read it Simek. Isn't that funny? Anyway, it was his
no.
birthday on January 6th. And so I think that from here on out, it's going to be his birthday again, and it's never going to be January 6th again. It's just going to be Artie Simek's birthday again.
Oh
Here,
well,
moving
I,
forward.
I'm afraid that they hope that I think they had planned January 6th to be far worse. They wanted it to be just unbelievably bad, but it didn't go the way they wanted it to. They didn't get to do it as spectacularly bad. The people that were rigging it, so they'd already written the script that it's worse than Pearl Harbor, it's worse than 9/11, and
Hey, we forgot to check the shooting hand.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that there was a little cut there, but it doesn't come out, right?
Yeah, the other one doesn't turn, and this one turns. Maybe it comes out. They should have made it come out, right?
Yeah, it would be cool if they did, if you could just pull it out.
Let me pull.
Yeah. You'd probably never find that hand in the store. It's so small.
Yeah, maybe if I heat it up with the hair dryer, it'll come off.
Oh my gosh.
It turns, but it doesn't shoot off. That would have been a choking hazard.
Yeah.
The name of D-Day Cobra's video. He just went live or
I
something.
just saw that too. They're it said they're effed.
Yeah,
I just watched
California.
the iPhone too.
Yeah,
What does it
just
say?
me too.
What is the D-Day Cobra? What's it called?
He just posted a video and it's titled "California is effed," and he put asterisks on the U and the C, so it
Oh
looked
boy.
and it's all capitalized. It's like California is fucked. Yeah.
But why are they punishing California when they voted the way they wanted them to?
They didn't cheat bad enough, hard enough.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but the places that are burning are mixed. There's a combination, but the places that are burning are predominantly white, and
Well,
in upper middle class or higher, or at least middle class.
well,
But there's apartments and there's everything there.
but
Everything is
isn't
there, but
it
it's
kind
a
of like
mostly.
Maui? They're trying to clear oceanfront lands so they can build something new.
Yeah, and this would be so that they can move in, more. Uh, what are they called? Asylum seekers. So that they
And it
could
may
put
be to
asylum
punish
seekers right in
Gavin
Malibu
Newsom.
County,
Maybe they
right on,
want
right on
some.
the beach in Malibu. They could put asylum seekers in Pacific Palisades. Um, there's that. There's also there's an underlying like feeling that there's a connection between what's happening in LA right now and what happened with the assassination of that CEO, if you understand. So this is like
No.
this would be a situation that maybe somebody who was a member of some organization like something like Antifa, regardless of politics, they don't like anybody, and this is a sort of thing, sort of chaos that maybe some sort of counter-revolutionary terrorist would be happy
Yeah, I
about.
see. Missing
So
Mars
that
says, pretty sure I don't have any Fantastic Fours that old. How much are the 12-cent FS? Those are
So
the good FFs.
you want the whole pile?
You want the whole pile, Missing Mars?
I'll give you a price if you want the whole pile.
Better than getting $2 claim sale comics. Trust me, that's the good stuff. Um,
Here's an example of it. I believe that there's a purposeful reason to put James Wood on the news, sad about losing his house or his property, or
oh no, they got James Woods. He's on
yeah, the
our
reason
side.
why they interview him is because they know that there's all kinds of people that dislike him for his political alignment. So that made a lot of people, they're like, ha ha ha, right?
Oh boy.
That happened.
Yeah, Missing Mars wants to know what the stack is.
Great issue. I love this issue.
Yeah, this is better than any other time period. Don't listen to people that say John Burns. No, this is
I'm so
this is
happy I bought this run right here that was really inexpensive and easy to find like 25 or 30 years ago, and I bought all of these for like under $5 a piece in like fine or above.
in the late '70s. Yeah, early '80s.
Yeah, early 80s I guess is when I bought these. So long
Yeah,
ago now.
these are all ones that I have, or I'd be fighting for them with Missing Mars. That's why I'm calm and my blood pressure is regulated.
And the letters page on was so good at this point too. The letters page is really good. Everything is good. Everything in every ad,
Yeah.
everything.
I think it was Stan Lee up until this issue, right?
Oh, look at those pillows. Have you ever seen one of those inflatable pillows before?
Is it
Was
on the
it
back?
the Marvel character ones?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I've never seen one. I bet AFTA Comics. I might have seen one on AFTA Comics, but I don't remember.
This plastic pillow?
Yeah.
Missing Mars. The commercials are even better for what? I'm not following. I remember they were always advertising a Raquel Welch pillow. I've never seen one of those either. This is when Kirby was drawing a lot of really big panels. He asked for a raise from Stan Lee. He said, "Just draw bigger panels. I can't give you a raise."
Yeah, because this was the last issue they were together on. Pretty sure, right?
It could. What issue number is it?
91.
It could be.
I want to say that's the last issue they worked on together.
This storyline where they're on a planet of gangsters is you can
So
tell
great.
that Jack Kirby had watched a Star Trek episode. But anyway, how much for the stack? 6 comics, correct?
It was like a combination of Star Trek episodes. Even
Yes, you're
it
right.
was like 2 or 3 episodes combined.
Yeah, it was like Gamesters of Triskelion mixed with Piece of the Action.
Exactly. That's what
It's like,
that was it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
91, 90, 88, 84, 83, and 69, 60. How many books is that? Yeah, 6 books. How about 70 shipped?
Oh, that's good. That's yeah, that's a good price, man. You're getting hooked up, Missing Mars.
They're all in Mylars too. If you like Mylars.
He's
Are
going,
Mylars expensive? Like when you buy it like a
Yeah.
container or a bag of Mylars, how many come in a bag and how expensive
There's
are they?
less. They're like it's like 25 Mylars for like $25 or something.
Really? Damn.
They're too expensive. That's why I don't buy them.
I'm just thinking about maybe making a comic wall, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they do look
Those
good in there.
Missing Mars, those Doctor Doom covers are going up in value now or never, dude.
He's
Yeah,
on that
all of
one.
these books
You
are
can think
all of
about
these
it.
books are
These
Yes,
I didn't even have these out on the floor. I had them somewhere else. This one would have been worth a lot, but it has some wear on the spine.
I just heard that Pasadena is going up right now and that they don't have enough fire hydrants, which
I
means the
heard they don't have
Roseville might
water.
burn
Yeah,
this morning or tomorrow morning.
he feels uneasy spending that much. Not saying they're not worth it.
Yeah, I understand. I'll try to find some other stuff for you.
He says, "I won't sell my comics ever."
Good call. Don't ever sell your phone books.
So they're just for me. Oh, so what are you saying? Yeah. Okay, I follow what you're saying. I guess he's. I think, or are you implying you don't mind them being in lesser? I think he's talking about the condition of the spine that didn't. So, what would $50 get him? Is he asking?
You want some of these, or does he want some other stuff? If
I
you want
don't know.
more comics,
You should come on
quantity.
and talk, Missing Mars.
If you
You
want
don't have to
quantity,
show your face.
if you want quantity, I'll find some more stuff.
If you want a whole lot of books for $50, he'll find more. Um,
I just got to dig around. I can't dig around tonight. I think I'm
oh,
gonna go
he's
home.
talking about the FF ones you just showed.
Oh, 50 worth of these.
Which
About
covers do you like, Missing Mars? Which ones? I want to be fair. Missing Mars, my advice would be to get the earlier issues, as opposed because towards the end of the Kirby run, Kirby was getting tired and fed up, and he was not going to create any new characters. The earlier you get, the more creative juices are going. You want to like that the one that was in the 60s is going to be preferable to the one in the, I mean, they're all good. It's just like every episode of Star Trek is wonderful to me, but first and second season are better than third season. And so I would recommend you go earlier, but that's just me, you know. I think there was a 69, I think I heard.
I'll give him four of them. Four of them
Oh,
for 50
you have
chips.
four of his pick. Missing Mars, the older ones, if possible, they are simply just better. Don't care of quality. Gratu gives great advice. Yeah, the older ones are. That's how I feel. I mean, the perfect year is going to be 65, 66. You know, that's when everything was hitting on all cylinders. The Galactus trilogy, it was just the best comic that Marvel had. But no one even knows that now because people just know movies, and there's been so many bad Fantastic Four movies, and people don't even realize that the Impossibles were actually Fantastic Four movies, but just you know, without permission. Kevin picks. How cool is that? Says Missing Mars.
Yeah, my cousin. I just read a message from my cousin. He said that there's no water in the fire hydrants right now in Pasadena.
Don't they hook
Is
up
he
to
is he
the
near
water?
this fire?
What's that?
Is he near this fire, Meyer?
He's in Fresno.
I don't know where anything is, and
He's
you got
like
to understand.
3 hours north of the fire.
I thought those
Oh,
fire hydrants were just hooked up to the water line.
yeah. Well, there's no water. I think
There's no water. They're not. It's the infrastructure has crumbled, and they're not running water to them. There, I don't believe that water has been running to them.
It
You understand
sounds
what I'm
like
saying?
they're setting up Gavin Newsom for a fall, and then you're wondering, well, who are they going to put in the place of Gavin Newsom? I don't know. You got to look at it and try to figure out what is their end goal. What is it just
Yes.
to clear this property to build something else? Is it to get rid of Gavin Newsom? I mean, I don't know.
Hmm.
Is it to distract you from something else they're doing? So, you know, like a magician does, you know. Let's see, what is he saying? More Gotham City comics too, if possible. I don't know what that means. You mean the ones that his friend put the sticker on the cover? Oh, stickers. Oh, yeah. He wants more stickers. When is the next one of those claim sales, Missing Mars?
Who needs stickers?
Oh, he gives them to friends. Man,
Stickers.
you should put them on your comic boxes. What you should do. Heck with giving them to people. Let the Hun do that. Um,
Where is
Saturday,
my?
12:45 p.m. Eastern Time. No, I'll probably be doing my own live stream. I can't, that's I went on one day and saw a Metamorpho comic, and I had to go. I gotta claim that, and then I realized, oh, I can't just get one or two comics. I've got to get a whole bunch in order to get the free shipping. And so I had to go back to the next claim sale, and it was on a Saturday afternoon, and it lasted hours. And I was on the phone with Meyer while I was waiting for a good comic to show up. And as soon as a good comic showed up, either this guy named MS or Missing Mars would usually scoop me on it. And it was just a horrible uh, anxiety provoking, nightmarish experience to have to go through on a Saturday afternoon when I should be relaxing. So I swore off claim sales because most of that stuff is just a bunch of shit. But you know they do have good stuff mixed in with it. But when the good stuff comes up, there's people with quicker fingers than my arthritic appendages. Oh, that looks really good.
It's like the
Yeah.
Damn,
comic
that looks good. Look at the shading they drew in of the line shading. I
looks
love
just
it.
like the comic.
Yeah, it looks good.
Rots, I'll get you claim comics. It's all right. All my comic boxes have been stickered. Oh, you
Oh,
must
good
not have a lot.
job.
Oh, that's right. You were just starting.
Yeah, he's just starting. That's
Nice
awesome.
bet. Oh, okay. So, okay. All right. Well, then I guess do give them to friends.
Yeah.
But um,
This might be my favorite looking. I mean, I don't have it in hand yet, but I know what the figures are like. This might be my favorite McFarlane Batman yet.
My
yeah.
favorite.
Do you have the other McFarlane figures that you have on display in your place, or are they all in boxes? Or
Most of them are in boxes, but they're all about the. I've got a figure that's real similar. A couple figures that are similar to this, but they don't have the wired cloth cape. They have plastic capes, and they don't.
uh,
There's little changes. You know what I mean? Um,
The
and this is
proportions
probably
are better on this one than most of his Batman.
yeah.
yeah,
Usually the torsos are kind of heavy. Usually the figures you're
That
talking
line,
about,
this line
big
is
load.
hidden pretty good too.
yeah, it's really good, and it's got the proportions like Space Ghost. And
You know what I'm
then
worried
later,
about?
the animated Batman, the animated series, had that same proportion.
You know
Space
what I'm
Ghost
worried
was
about?
imitating Batman, and then Batman imitated Space Ghost later. It was like it
Oh,
went
that
full
in the
circle.
cape. That
That's what I'm
snagging the
worried
cape,
about. That can put a hole through here. These are
yeah.
sharp.
Or it could just snag it and put a permanent little run in it. Yeah.
Oh, they're that sharp.
So be careful.
So the thing is to put him in a permanent running position. It seems like he's running at you in the opening credits of the TV show. Just restarted. Took a 30-year break. I remember now. I've got Alzheimer's, No, I don't really. I joke about it because Alzheimer's is funny. Just kidding. Um, no wonder people hate my guts. Missing Mars. Bend those bat glove fins to soften.
You can bend them. Look at that
Oh
one's little
gosh,
bent.
are we adults? This is great.
Wow. So I'm looking at Santa Monica Pier right now. There's it's really bad, you guys. This city's going to burn. At least all the
How
the
how
beach communities.
widespread is
The
this,
beach
Meyer?
communities are going to burn. They're burning right now in
Well, do you
Malibu
think it'll
Canyon.
get? Do you think the place where you used to live will be gotten?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Unless they're
damn.
able to stop it, because it's just going to blow right through Malibu Canyon, and it's going to hit Thousand Oaks and Westlake. It's going to hit Burbank. It's going to hit Glendale. It's right now. It's hitting Pasadena. It's
I'm
going to
not
tear through
laughing
the
at that. I'm
basement.
laughing at this figure being so cool. Missing Mars says, "How much is that Batman figure?" Yeah, really.
Hopefully, I just realized. Hopefully, Pauline isn't anywhere near this. I thought she said she lives in L.A. somewhere.
Oh well, if well, no, I don't think it's gonna get. It's not gonna get L.A. right?
No, but I just didn't know what part of LA she because this is Los Angeles that's burning right now. It's just the beach communities, but this is
Oh, um,
the wind just
no,
doesn't blow into the city into downtown LA or anything like that. There's nothing to burn there, and the wind blows
no,
the
no.
opposite
It's
direction.
she's gonna be fine. It's um, Meyer, your friend Elton. Oh no, he's in San Francisco. This
Yeah, no, he's
Christ,
good. They're in San Francisco, way
yeah.
north of this. Like, yeah.
Missing Mars is he knows all the lore. People
Yeah, he
call it
does.
lore on YouTube. He knows all my YT lore. Shit, these fucking idiots. Yes, I'm here on YT with all my friends in the comic book community. Pauline Dell, I'm outside of downtown LA.
Okay, yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to reveal her location. And I saw a horrifying thing this morning on Instagram. They won't let me post a picture of Shemp Howard, but they'll show some fucking horrifying things. It's like, gee, thanks, Instagram. I was trying to eat breakfast. Yeah, it was. Since when do people parachute from a helicopter? I didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah, I did it in the Army. It's part of what my old job used to be.
I thought it was from a plane. Isn't
Well,
it dangerous?
most of the time, yes, but then sometimes you parachute out of helicopters. We learned how to do it just for that reason. It was the first two parachute jumps that you make in the air cavalry in the 82nd Airborne used to be called cherry blasts, and it used to be like a kind of meant something because the other parts of division they didn't get the same jump. So as soon as you would get to the cav, you would get to go up in helicopters and you would do two parachute jumps in one day, one from a Huey and one from a Black Hawk. And so you would immediately get a sixth and seventh jump. And they were called cherry blasts. And I think it
Well,
only happened in the 17th Cavalry and the 82nd Combat, Combat Air Battalion, the
well,
CAB.
on Instagram this morning, they didn't give you any warning. Usually, it's like, "Do you want to see this? Click here." But it just there was a helicopter. It was in some Spanish-speaking country. They were speaking Spanish, and these guys were parachuting out of a helicopter. And one of these guys, the parachute didn't open, and he went right down. And then the guy with the camera runs over there to where the guy hit the ground like hard, and it just looked like he was laying there asleep, but a little bit of blood. It wasn't like what I pictured from that song Blood on the Risers,
Usually
but
they
it's
show
like
that on Instagram.
it's on Instagram. They show people getting run over all the time. Maybe I'm following the wrong channels.
Yeah,
but
I don't get any. My
well,
Instagram
it's
is completely different than yours. I got a
it's
lot of yeah,
the
I get a
problem
lot
is
of
I
like plus sized women dancing. I get a lot of that. I get a lot of mature plus sized women dancing. And
well
what else do I
it's
get? I get seals, a lot of like seal rescue, baby seal rescue. I get a lot of that. A lot of surfing,
I get a lot of
surfing dogs. I get a
dog
lot of surfing
videos,
dogs.
but I
Yeah.
must have hit like on some too many car accident kind of channels, but there's just a lot of channels that just show people getting killed. It's like
My whole feed is mostly Hooters, to tell you the truth. It's mostly like Yabos, Major League
I,
Yabos is like mostly what it is, and comic books and toys mixed in with surfing and baby sea creatures.
I think I need to switch over to that and
You want
unsubscribe
my
from.
Instagram feed?
My God, it's like the Wicked Witch of the West is.
I know. Look at the articulation on this thing. It's
This joint really comes in handy.
yeah. You never know when you might need the toe tip. Look at that.
That he can almost kick his own shin.
Yeah, that cape is choice.
Wow, it really is an amazing action figure. So
I have two
that.
left. Nobody wants one. They're $23.
Oh yeah, yeah. We never answered Missing Mars question. So they're 20. That's 23. Missing Mars.
And you
If you
get the bat
You get the
or
dog with
ace,
it. Here,
ace the bat
Ace the
hound.
dog. I think you get a. Let's see if he has a petting hand. You can pet him.
he just has a fisting hand. Well, that didn't sound right. Do you so you have two left of that? Is that correct?
After you guys get all yours, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
20.
that batarang is nice.
And a little reproduction of the cover of the first appearance, which they
You
ought
get
to
a
do a
little.
facsimile of that, man.
You
You
get
know
the
what
card.
DC should do with all the interest in crypto? These people that never knew he existed before this trailer came out is do some the first appearance of crypto as a facsimile and
You don't
some
get a
other
petting
crypto
hand.
Oh, I like
comics.
those
You
tiger
get
claw
grabbing.
hands.
Those are grabbing hands.
Yeah, I like those. Those
Oh, oh shit! It went down in the
what are they
comics.
called? That's what's happening. He's like honk. That's what he's doing right there. You could put him right up to Barbie, and he could be all honk honk. Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh yeah. um,
Power Girl. That's perfect for putting him right up face to face with Power Girl.
oh, it is. It is a hand that works with the dog, isn't it?
Yeah, he could like be a scratch booping his
Scratching
nose
hand.
as they do in those Instagram videos. That's nice.
Let's put him on and see what he looks like. Should have came with the Batusi hands.
Yeah, I was going to ask if he came with the peace sign Batusi hands or with the slapping the knife hand for slapping Robin like the meme.
Yeah, it's just he's the '50s Batman, not the '60s Batman, but it's close enough. But uh, wasn't there an action figure that you could do the Batusi thing with?
Yeah, they've done it several times. Yeah,
Okay.
a number of times. McFarlane has made like 50 different Batman figures, and I probably have about 10 or 15.
Hmm.
So by this time, I have all the hands I'm talking about. They're in different boxes with different figures.
The hands are all interchangeable. Does
Yeah,
he
they
just
are.
stick with the same scale?
Yeah, they are. For the most part, everything, and the heads are too. You could swap heads and things like sometimes capes.
Yeah.
Depends on the design.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't.
hands were hard to get on.
So you haven't had any customers?
I've been closed for an hour and a half.
Oh shit! What time is it? Oh shit! It's 8:32. I
Yeah.
had no idea. I'm sorry, Kevin. Your dogs are gonna hate me, man. They keep keeping the master from coming home. I uh, I have no
Look,
idea what time it is at all. I just shit.
look, he can hold them.
Oh, look at that. He's like Steve Gutenberg, rescuing people's dogs, rescuing pets.
Does he do that?
Well, I think
Is that
that's
what
what he
he's
was
doing
doing
in this
last night.
fire?
Yeah, he's been helping people with their pets and helping them evacuate and been moving cars. That's the interview I
What?
heard. Yeah.
Oh, what a cool thing, man.
That's why Kevin said he'd be a good neighbor to have. That he's been helping out. He's doing good Samaritan work. He was telling
Yeah.
people
So
if you're going to abandon your car, please leave your keys in the car because I'm spending a lot of time moving cars. I'm trying to move cars out of the road so that the fire trucks can get through. And if you don't do it, then they have to bring a bulldozer or we have to tow the car. So he was like, if you leave your keys, I'll move your car. Yeah, seriously.
wow. So wow. What's he holding there? Oh, it's just his
Nothing yet.
hands.
Oh yeah, he could be holding the bomb over his head if you have the bomb.
Yeah.
He has an actual life-size bomb
I
in the
remember that.
store. Remember?
Is it signed by Adam West, the life-size
Mhm.
bomb?
Yeah.
One-to-one scale bomb replica.
It's supposedly one of the ones they had on the set.
Oh wow,
Maybe
not a
that's
replica.
what they found on January 6th. Something looked like that. Signed by Adam West. Yeah. Well, so Kevin, you had the scoop on why Hulk Hogan was booed at the WWF. What was it deal?
He was there.
WWE, I guess.
He was only there to shill his beer.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Well, they
forget what.
invited him for that, right?
Yeah, but he was only there for that reason, and the fans know that. They don't appreciate that. That's like when The Rock comes in and he's only there just to promote his next movie.
Well, they wanted this guy in his 70s to get in the ring and wrestle.
No, but we want you to do something besides shill your beer.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could see that. So they weren't booing him because he was a Trump supporter. They're booing him because he was bringing dishonor to the WWE name by.
Uh, chill your beer after you do something for the fans.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. There's all kinds of roles an elder statesman wrestler could do, I guess.
All he has to do is rip off a shirt, pose,
Oh,
raise the flag up, and swing it around.
he didn't even do that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
I sent you a video this morning showing that how fake news that was about that older gentleman not shaking Kamala Harris's hand, and you can
yeah,
see the picture of him with the cane in his hand and the book and the Bible in the other hand. You can see it. He also looks like he's infirm. Like if you watch the whole video, you'll see that he kind of needs assistance from his wife and his son to get in position. And at first, she even makes a quip about that. She says to him to move closer to her because she's not going to bite. And she has a little attitude and looks at him funny. And he's clearly
yeah,
a really old guy that might have had a stroke or something. He's kind of shaky there. And his wife puts the Bible in his hand. You know, you can see he's a little slow. But yeah,
yeah,
so it's a fake news story. But
yeah.
he
But
certainly
she
didn't
played
look
it
happy
up.
to see her though. He might have been ignoring her, and maybe he doesn't like her because his wife is a Republican senator, and that
Hmm.
would be fine. But he had a cane in his hand and a Bible in the other hand.
Oh, he wasn't the senator. It was his wife that was.
Yes, his wife is the senator, and he's been there with her being sworn in multiple times, throughout the years. He's always there. But if you look at every time, you just see over every 4 years or so, every 8 years, whatever it is, you see him getting older and older and older. I watched like the last 4 times or 3 times that she's been sworn in.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
the
that.
people of oh, look at that right there, Kumite. Or Namaste. Both. It could be either Kumite or Namaste. Well, they usually like put the hands together, like praying position for Namaste. That's more like Kumite. With a bow, a little greeting if a fellow karate man that you meet on the street. Go snake-eyed, you squint at each other and then do that little bow across the bar. Jean-Claude Van Damme style. One time I worked with this lady for quite a while, and I knew her for a long time, and I liked her at work and everything like that. And we got along, and somehow, some way, after a couple of years, the conversation in the lunchroom or something went to movies. And I asked her, "Oh, yeah, what's your favorite movie, Terry?" And she said, like, The Ultimate Soldier 3. And I was like, Ultimate Soldier 3? And she said, yeah, it stars this guy, Jean-Claude Van Damme? And I go, yeah. She goes, I love all his movies. And she was dead serious. And this was like a registered nurse, like a 6-year nursing degree. And like, yeah, and owned a house and everything. And she was serious that her movies were Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I was just like, wow, it's not even a good action movie. It's not even like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like, but
Well,
yeah,
she probably had a crush on him. Sounds
yeah,
like
maybe. And she watched all of his movies. Like, I think she watched them on like cable television with
this
the
woman
commercials
would
and
come
everything.
into
And it
the
was,
comic shop, and all she wanted was the hawk and dove, the modern hawk and dove that's a man and woman. And it's like anything that was hawk and dove shoot, and it's like, oh, she's just in love with the guy from the Titans TV show. That's
oh,
clearly what
right.
it
Yeah.
is.
Very posable.
Now, is there a robin that goes with that particular figure?
Not yet.
Maybe. I haven't seen it if there is.
There isn't. Not yet. I haven't seen, they haven't made like a 50s or 60s style Robin yet that looks good yet.
There
Like
he is.
that.
Right.
Hopefully soon. We'll see.
It would be cool if they made some gangsters too, like this. wouldn't it?
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to have guns in him. They would be out the gangsters without guns.
No, he can have this gun because it shoots a like a
Oh, that
grapple.
harpoon gun.
Oh, they're not allowed to make guns in these toys.
No,
Remember, he came out with the Sergeant Rock figure last year that didn't come with the Tommy gun.
Is this a McFarlane decision, or is it the stores that carry
it's
it don't?
DC.
It's what?
DC's
Oh,
decision.
DC. Oh, okay.
I like that Batarang. It looks good.
It's good, but you can't store it anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Be cool if there was just a little place to hook it.
It would be nice if it had a little rope attached to it and a little hook on his belt or something, maybe.
Maybe we can put it in the dog's mouth. No, doesn't fit there.
If there's one problem, well, there's a number of problems that McFarlane has when you compare this figure line to the other figure lines that are of comparable prices, like the current G.I. Joe by Hasbro, and the current Marvel Legends by Hasbro. So one of the problems that he has is scaling. And what I mean by that is that he's not generally making everybody the correct height. And so what I mean is every Batman figure is the exact same height as every Superman figure, who's also the exact same height as the Nightwing figure and as the Joker figure. And so everybody's the same height. So with the exception of a couple Robin figures that they've made and the female figures, which they don't make a lot of female figures. They don't make a lot of, like, they still haven't made Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Like, they haven't done that. I don't know why they haven't, even though it would sell like crazy if they did like a Mike Grell looking version of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. They haven't done that. It's just Batman after Batman, two Batmans, a Superman, two Batmans, a Superman. I haven't seen a Lois Lane figure or a Jimmy Olsen figure. They just make, and they're all the same size, which I don't like. That's so, but Marvel and G.I. Joe, everybody is relatively different purposefully, so that as a collector, when you've got them on the shelf, it presents nicely. Like, you want Toad to be shorter than Magneto, and you want Wolverine definitely to be a little figure, because Wolverine in the comics, and we grew up, he's supposed to be 5'2" or 5'4" or something like that.
Yeah.
So he should be a small figure, and Marvel Legends does that, but McFarlane doesn't.
I didn't get to show you guys.
Kevin,
I had Superman 78, but I didn't get to show it to you guys because it sold.
Oh, really?
It was Superman 78. I only ordered one, and guess what they sent me? They sent me the Chase, and the Chase was crappy because he was dark colors. He was dark blue and red.
What do you mean the Chase?
The exclusive variant.
Oh. Missing Mars says, Kevin, you Mad Doc LLC in the PayPal world?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. He sent you some money.
What did he want, though? Did he want those Fantastic Four?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Or did you want me to give him a lot for his money?
Yeah. He kind of wanted the figure, but he never answered when he found the price. I just PayPal'd yo, Kevin. Always a pleasure shopping the live stream. Yeah, but what did you want?
Those Fantastic Fours, or do you want me to just do a mystery of other stuff?
Pauline said, Kevin is having so much fun with Batman. I want one now.
I got another one.
He says, yes, the 4 FF comics you picked.
Oh, okay.
Is that the price he sent? Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
this is nice. The Japanese $60 or $100 one?
Here, let me tell you the price. I'll tell you.
It might be 200. I don't know what that is.
Let's see what the price is on this one.
And stickers. He wants more Gotham City Comics stickers.
That's a $70 toy.
Is that Beast Kingdom?
Yeah, Beast Kingdom.
So it's a little bit. It's still less expensive than a Mezco, right?
Yeah.
What I need to get is that Vampira figure that's coming out. That's the original GI Joe size, but I think that's a $300 thing.
Yeah, it's a statue. It's not. Yeah, it's not an action figure. It's a statue, I think.
I thought it was executive. That's a statue.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it. I looked it up. I think it's a statue. The Vampira that you're talking about.
yeah, I thought it was an action figure.
Let's see if that opens up and has the button.
Of course,
It does. That's nice. Perfect.
I've seen people sell life-size versions of that. One of them was from the actual mold from the TV show,
Yeah, we used to have one here.
and it was wired so you could actually have it control things when
Look
you
at the
press the
screen.
button.
That's great.
Yeah.
They need to have an Aunt Harriet build a figure. They haven't done Aunt Harriet yet.
Oh my
Okay, it's got
gosh.
2 fingers. See those?
Okay.
And then you get. Oh wow! Look at all these. You get 3 of them.
Nice.
3 batarangs. I have a life-size one. You can compare it. Matches this one.
Oh, look at that. Wow, Kevin. Yeah, that's where the rope should
Well,
go.
the bottom part of the body it's squared off in your framed one, and it's pointy, and or no, it isn't. It's exactly the same.
Pretty
Never mind.
close. Yeah. Can we
Yeah,
see
it's
the utility belt too? Can I see the utility belt? And who's it signed by? Adam West? To Kevin, Adam West.
Oh,
Wow.
neat.
Wow. That's awesome.
okay. So it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great. That looks good.
Look now the grabbing hands, holding hands, and karate chop hands.
Nice.
How many Catwoman figures has McFarlane made?
Not many. Probably 4.
Seems like there'd be money in that.
You would think, right?
Belt looks pretty good. Yeah.
He hasn't done a Power Girl yet. Like that would be big. That would sell out.
That's coming out. I ordered that one.
Oh, really?
That one's on order.
Maybe it will be good. I haven't seen it yet. But I still buy the McFarlane stuff. I mean, I'm just pointing out the shortcomings in comparison to the other companies, but they're still good figures, and I still buy them. And I'm buying this one with the Bat Hound. It looks like the best one so far, but I still like the other ones too.
Yeah.
Like when you pose this thing, you know where your money went. You know where the extra money goes.
Yeah, you
When
can
you
feel
pose
it. He's real
Yeah,
stable.
so smooth.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the body looks really good. It looks really accurate.
I'm just noticing this. There's only one head though, but I guess you don't need another one unless you had his mouth making some other kind of a gesture. The eyes look real. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think I can.
Hold on. Let me see. Is
Yeah,
that better?
Yeah, it even
Yeah.
looks like he has a little bit of, you can see the where his beard would be even.
He has like it almost looks like he has real glass eyes in there.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Wow. Does he come with a stand?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it looks nice.
Well, so what's going on this week? What are you guys up to tomorrow?
Probably just packing a few orders. That's about it. Actually, no, I don't even have to do that because they're not picking up tomorrow.
You better double check. I mean, I heard this from someone at work. It makes sense that they aren't, but I don't want to tell people 100% that I know for certain that mail doesn't move tomorrow. But um, I haven't seen that many presidential funerals. I don't think who, there was what Nixon, Reagan, Ford. I don't remember Ford's funeral. Who else? And one Bush. It's about all we've seen in our lifetime. Uh, I was definitely too. Well, LBJ was in, yeah, but yeah.
I had a perfect spot for him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks real good.
Uh, yeah, looks pretty good. I need to make him climbing up the building.
You think Saturn Girl's costume design was influenced by Vampirella? It's pretty
Uh,
close. It's pretty close. Like that first Saturn Girl that we first saw, like in the pink, drawn by Mike Grell, like in 1970 or 72
no,
or whatever
okay,
that
yeah,
was.
all right. I'm thinking of the Saturn Girl from the 60s, so I'm
No,
having
I'm
to
I'm
remember.
talking about the mod version from like
Yeah.
1972.
Yeah, maybe it could
That's
have
the
been.
action. That's the version of the league that I would like to of the Legion that I would like to see. With Timberwolf, was that his name? The Wolverine ripoff?
Hold on, I heard my wife making some loud noise. I need to see if she's okay.
Uh,
Drew, I gotta get up. I don't know if she hurt herself or what. Excuse me, Drew.
who was that guy, Mon El? You never see or no one ever talks about Mon El anymore.
Ow!
Some of the streams I'm watching right now are crazy, you guys. I'm watching a couple different. I'm looking at Santa Monica. I'm looking at Hollywood, and then I'm looking at some helicopter aerial live views, and it's gnarly. It's just crazy.
Did you? That one video was crazy with that guy in his house, and he had all those big windows.
What
Remember
the
that?
hell was going on there? What is he doing? He tells his dog, "You're going to be okay." What? Why would you still be there? Did you see that?
It
Why would
looked
you
like
still be?
it was so bad. It was like a damn blowtorch.
He was right outside his lanai. It was right there, dude. It was a fireball on the lanai. What are you doing in the house?
It seemed like he thought his house was made out of like metal or something. Like he wasn't gonna catch on fire.
Yeah, like he's thinking that the glass isn't going to break or something eventually. I don't know what he's thinking. Why would he still be? He's waiting for an Uber? What the fuck is he doing? Right? What would you be doing? Why would you still be there? I don't know. That was crazy.
That had to have been the craziest video I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know the backstory on that video. Yeah, it's pretty wild right now. I'm looking at this. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was windy last night here, so it's probably what they say like 80-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe how windy it was. When windy it was here.
She dropped a drink on the floor. That's why she was screaming. I thought she had fallen and hurt herself. We've been through a lot the last few days, so it's kind of tired. Keep. What did I miss?
Oh, nothing. We were just talking about the fire.
Yeah, nothing. I'm looking at live
Yeah,
streams from the
it's
fire
there
right now.
haven't been many people that have been killed, as far as I understand. I hope not many.
Where did I put those other pirates?
These horrible things keep happening, and then they're just forgotten about. Like no one talks about Maui anymore. No one talks about that giant train crash in Ohio or wherever that they said was going to poison half of the country. It's like,
How about the bridge in Baltimore? Remember when that bridge in
oh
Baltimore?
yeah, it's almost like there's a war going on, and they just don't really want us to think about it or really realize that it's happening.
Hold on, Chip just messaged me. Let me see what he said.
Oh, Chip Creek's coming in.
He just messaged me. Let me see what he said.
Okay.
How about the hurricane right after another hurricane? Remember that? The
Yeah,
first the east coast of Florida, then the west coast of Florida.
yeah, it's all very suspicious, isn't
Hey, Missing Mars said he didn't want those FFs, right?
it? What? I thought he said he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear.
Wait, hold on. He sent you money. He says, yes, the FF comics you picked.
He wanted the
And
four.
stickers. He wants more Gotham City Comics stickers.
Okay, he wants the four.
Yeah, he wants the
What?
4 and more stickers.
Did he send you the money, the exact money for that? Or is there more money for you picking comics?
This is so messed up, you guys. There's tons of birds and raccoons and deer and coyote that are all getting messed up last night and tonight. Like, I don't know where they all went. Hopefully they all ran away.
I still have these two. Still have these two. Number
You still have
90.
2 left.
Yeah, 90 and 91. Mars is getting these 4.
And you had a total of 6 to begin with.
Yeah.
I would missing Mars. I don't want to be a high pressure salesman, but that one with the thing there on that gangster world, great. That's a great one.
With
Well,
the
that one is
invisible
too.
skull.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's right before Kirby left, so it's a little bit sad and melancholy. And
Chip's got these.
oh, he picked those. Oh, never mind. I'm not paying attention. Sorry, I'm not. Okay, Chip Creep's already got him. Never mind.
You want to know what I had left, and I have these 2.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not following what's going on in my own show. I'm washing some clothes that my wife got wet when she dropped that stuff. Okay, let's see what the heck's going on here, man. Pauline Dell, we had high winds yesterday. Large trees were blown over. Wow. Missing Mars, New York had 55-mile-per-hour winds today, making it
Wow.
feel like 5 degrees out. Missing Mars, I do want those FFs. Wait, you guys said Chip Creep already claimed the other 2 FFs? Am I correct in that? I don't know.
Yeah, you're correct. Mars got the 4, and then Chip got the other 2.
So there are no more Silver Age Fantastic Fours at this time, correct?
Correct.
All right. You snooze, you lose, man. It's okay. Those aren't hard books to get. I mean, they were big sellers. Those were, What am I doing there? Let's go look at the newly working boiler.
You know, I was just thinking, we were talking earlier about that video, and people don't want to leave their stuff. Like yeah.
You mean those 2 guys in that house with all the glass windows looking at unbelievably just an
Yeah, with the
inferno?
dog, with the beautiful golden retriever telling his dog it's going to be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
People
Well, they
don't.
obviously survived because we have the film.
Right. Yes. But yeah, people don't want to. It's a thing. People don't want to leave their stuff, and this is some expensive stuff these people are having to leave. You guys, did you see people? It's like you're walking your Arabian stallions out of your yard at 3 a.m. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I saw that. It's like, that's weird. Why would you wait till now to get the horses out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's nothing makes any sense. But
Did you see that footage of those people walking their horses out in the middle of a
no,
fire?
the only
Yeah.
thing I've seen is the footage of the guys that they said they were trapped, and then other people said that's nonsense. They weren't trapped. Well, I don't know why they weren't moving out quicker. They were just
Yeah,
like,
late last night I saw a lady walking 3 horses. It looked like a lady and her son, and they had 3 beautiful horses that were unsaddled that they were walking through. And the horses looked like they were really well behaved and everything, but there were giant flames everywhere surrounding them. Like, I would be really worried walking a giant animal like that through the fire. Like, why wouldn't you have put them in the trailer yesterday and gotten them out? I don't know. It's like, as people don't want to leave their stuff. They don't think it's going to spread, or I don't know what's going on, but
well,
this looks like arson to me. Like, it looks like I've seen some videos showing 4 different initiation points, and it looks like a perimeter.
Yeah, I would say that I completely
Did they say
agree.
that video footage of some homeless guy that was starting it?
I've heard
What
about it. I
really?
haven't seen. I haven't seen the footage. I heard maybe like Benny Johnson showed it today.
Hey, Chip wants to see the comics real quick. Can I
Sure,
run through
do
them
it.
real quick?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do it.
Okay. Alien. We have Spider-Man. You might want 65 point.
65 point.
It's not even point one or point. It's just point.
Or is that 65 period? Maybe it's 65 period.
It's just Thor.
Not a bad
I
cover.
think this is going to end at 25. I think
What issue number is that?
this is 19.
And so has it been a 25 issue story arc?
It will be when it's over. So this is number 19.
All right.
It's supposed to go to 25. That's what I heard.
Okay.
It's longer than most Marvel comics these days.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk 21. Probably going to want that, I'm guessing.
Gold Key Geezer, is it possible that boiler is from 1955? That's what I was told by the plumber.
Wolverine 2.
I was thinking it was old, but not that old.
Miles 29. Monster High. I don't think you want that. Spirit of Vengeance.
How is he talking to you through the?
I think he's watching right now.
Oh, okay. So we're waiting for him in the chat, or are we waiting for him to appear on the show?
Either one, or you can just message me and say which ones he
Oh yeah,
wants.
yeah. Just message. Yeah, okay. I'll put the link just in case he wants to come on. If he's not already in bed for the night.
Aurora.
Ultimate Comics. Wolverine. What if Galactus transformed into Moon Knight? Or no, transform Moon Knight.
Oh, okay. Made him like one of his whatever's. Harold.
What if Galactus was trans?
This is bisexual lighting right here.
What the hell
What
is
if
that?
Galactus's new Harold was just some nebbish named Harold? That would be good.
When they use this lighting, it's called bisexual lighting.
What do
Yes.
you mean?
It
What?
looks good. It's lavender and blue and red is like
Oh,
that. Yeah, bisexual lighting.
oh, my God! What is happening to this world?
I didn't coin the term. It was your boy Zach.
Hmm. That's not bad. I like that logo at the top. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a kid's.
Well, that's based on the new cartoon that's going to be on where Harry Osborn is a lady.
Is that why he's not wearing a spider suit?
He
It's
doesn't.
probably an
I don't
origin.
think he
Remember
wears
when
the
he's a
spot.
wrestler?
It's a different suit.
Well, he doesn't wear the suit, and then when he gets a suit, it's a white suit. It looks
Mm.
like from the trailer.
Ugh.
And then Rogue, and then we're done.
Okay.
That's
Those
the
rogue.
good one, though. That's the one we all picked out, Chip
Yeah,
Creep, because it looks pretty good. But
it does.
then that may just be because there's pictures of girls.
I'm gonna guess he doesn't want it.
Sure, the internals could be that old. Cast iron boilers can last a long time if they're well maintained. Bisexual lightning. Thumbs up the vid, folks. Thank you, Missing Mars. Thumbs up.
That's it. Spider
Yeah.
buggy, remote control,
Was there any toy that he might want? Well, there was was there
Batman.
any? Is that was there one left of the Batman that he might
Two
want?
left. Two of the Batmans left.
Shogun Godzilla.
We have Shoguns left.
Oh yeah, he has a bunch of. He's a Godzilla guy, isn't he? Yeah. Or am I getting him confused with Imsh? I think I might be getting him confused with Imsh.
I'm sure was talking about the cards yesterday.
Yeah,
So
but if he likes the cards, he'd probably like some of these other things.
that's it. I'll stick around for a little bit and see what I have to pull, and then
Yeah, man, I'm probably not gonna last more than another 10, 15 minutes. I'm and falling asleep all day long, and last night on last light stream I was falling. I just now I can actually
that's what
sleep
I
and
forgot to
some.
tell you guys when I woke up this morning to put everything away.
Yeah,
So I was putting away that one 3D comic that was missing the 3D glasses.
yeah.
And they were in the bag.
Really? Great.
Yeah,
Of the EC comic.
so after it was graded already, and I found a pair of glasses to go with it
Okay, cool. And they're the ones.
Oh, you mean they didn't actually go with that book, but from another copy
from
of the
another.
book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
So no one would have.
the coolest thing was one of my Tales from the Crypt that I got actually came with the original Manila envelope for the subscription
Wow.
Oh wow.
to the guy's house. The guy that I got it from, he
Uh-huh.
saved the envelope and sent it to me with it with the graded book.
Huh.
So I have the envelope with his address, and it has the EC thing on it, and it tells you what was in that envelope.
That's pretty neat.
And the guy was from Tennessee.
Okay.
His name, I can't remember his name, but it was his name I said his name out loud. I was like, that sounds like a name I've heard before, actually.
Huh.
I didn't try looking it up. I should have looked it up to see if he was anybody of note. That was
You've
pretty
got a
cool.
Jerry Garcia one, don't you? One of his comics.
I have a yeah. Was that a Tales from the Crypt or was it something else?
I don't remember. I just remember you had a pedigree of
Oh, the
his.
Laugh Factory is being threatened by to burn right now. I mean, I can see the fire behind the Laugh Factory right now.
That's a pretty famous comedy club, I guess.
Yeah, there's fire engines all around it.
Is that
You
part
say the
Pauly
yeah.
Shores? Is that the one that Pauly Shores always at?
Yeah, I think I can't remember. I think Pauly Shore's parents owned the Comedy Store, not
Oh
the
yeah.
Laugh Factory.
Oh,
Pauly Shore's mother and father owned the Comedy Store.
Okay.
oh, that's right. That's why he because if he didn't have parents that owned us, I don't know. I never thought he was funny, so but maybe he is. I don't know. I've got to stay positive.
He's
Oh,
sometimes funny. Some of it was funny and some of it wasn't. Is how I feel about
yeah.
Pauly Shore.
Is Polly
He's
Shore
getting
the
old.
one that married Drew Barrymore? Who was that idiot?
No, Pauly Shore didn't. Pauly Shore's done some good work, actually. Pauly Shore made a funny movie about going to Africa and adopting a child. It was a spoof documentary that was making fun of Oprah and of Angelina Jolie and stuff like that. I think it's called Adopted. It's pretty good. And then also, he used to, I don't know what he's doing now, but a couple of years ago, he used to have an active YouTube channel where he would make videos inside of his condo, like in Glendale or something. His place might be threatened right now. Well, I think he
Tom
moved to
Green
Vegas.
is the
Actually, I think he
person.
moved to Vegas a couple years ago. But he used to make videos like out of his house, and he was very funny. He would like include like his cleaning lady or his neighbor or his friend from the coffee shop that he would go to every day. And he's pretty funny still. He was doing what we're doing. He was doing like IRL from his house.
Yeah. Well, this is just horrible, man. They have no way of putting out the fire. They have fire engines that have no
Yes,
water.
it's almost as if they're not trying to put out the fire. That's what I'm watching. I haven't seen any C-130s dropping anything from the air yet at all. I'm
Well,
just looking at the city burning. I'm looking at the beach burning.
This would be where Elon Musk needs to show up with some futuristic, you know, something out of Nick Fury, Agent of Shield, and drop water. You know.
All right, I'm watching helicopters dropping stuff right now. I just saw the first time I saw some powder being dropped from the air, like by a helicopter on Hillside Avenue.
Yeah. My
Maybe they could
goodness.
pick up water from people's pools and drop it. Maybe.
I don't know. How about some sort of anti-oxygen vortex that would suck the air up? Like, would be like a reverse tornado that would be directed directly over the fire and would suck the oxygen up in the air like in a cyclone and suck the fire out, right? What do you
Yeah,
think about
like
We're
that?
like
reading
in
too many DC
Spaceballs.
comics, but maybe that's possible.
I know it sounds like the Thunderbirds, but
Like,
it's we're talking about Elon Musk. I
Oh
think he might be able to do that.
yeah.
I'm just
Well,
trying to think. Yeah, I don't know.
Spaceballs when they got the big vacuum cleaner and they sucked all the air out.
you see,
Yeah, something like
I
that.
guess what it is I expected them to try to not metaphorically burn the country down before the 20th, but I never expected them to go after their own. You know, why are they going after California that voted for them?
Yeah, it's mixed here, and it doesn't matter. They're fine with. They're not. Look, they haven't really been helping. Well, I guess they are catering to their brainwashed cult member constituents, but the place that's burning is like 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip Creep says he can't make it on tonight. Hope all is well. But
Okay.
Yeah, the place that's burning isn't low income, like, what do they call it? I don't know. Oh, POCs, people of color. That's not what's burning. What's burning is rich people's mansions that are hanging
yeah.
over cliffs. So they don't care.
What about
Well,
everybody's insurance, fire insurance getting cut last week or something?
yeah, I did hear that. That all. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, it's all very suspicious. All of it is. So, uh, yeah. Well,
But yeah, it
it's
seems like it's day after day, hit after hit. So there's no telling. I feel like we should be able to go to Reno right now and put a bet down on what could it be? What could be next? What could be the next thing that
well.
could happen?
I don't even want to think about it. But
Yeah, you don't want to think about it. But you got to be prepared. What could happen next?
well,
Zombie apocalypse,
yeah. I just think that the
Sharknado.
inauguration should be held indoors, possibly underneath Cheyenne Mountain somewhere under
Yeah,
like 5 miles underground is where the
it's not though.
inauguration.
They're going to have a giant party the night before. There's going to be a huge
Yes,
rally in
that's right.
DC the
The
night before.
rally.
My best buddy is going with his wife. Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah,
sketched. I'm
I
like,
know
damn,
that.
why would you do that? But yeah, they're stoked about it.
Um, yeah, I forgot about that. And that's in Washington D.C. Yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot about that. Pauline Dowell says earthquakes. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, no.
that could happen. Earthquake, and then after that, tsunami, tidal waves.
It's on a
Yeah.
stand too.
But then also there's there could be a Chinese invasion or something like that.
And then you got the little bitty spacemen in the drones flying around.
Godzilla.
And then you have Antifa.
Oh yeah, you got everything going on. It's gonna be intriguing.
It's something. It's like a Hydra. It is a Hydra.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty neat, man. That's a pretty neat little guy.
Well, let's see.
Uh, what are some of the highlights of things that you know are coming in the next few weeks? Things you're looking forward to that you've ordered? Do you even recall?
I barely, I barely found out about this stuff.
Because it's stuff you ordered a long, long time ago, and then it just suddenly appears.
Um, Diamond's still having problems with their warehouse.
Yeah. What?
There's
Where
a,
is it located? Their warehouse? What city?
um, I think it's in somewhere in the middle.
The middle of the country.
Yeah,
Well, that could be Detroit.
It's called Olive Branch. Olive Branch, wherever that is.
I have no idea.
I wonder if there's something going on at the Laugh Factory. There's a lot of sirens. There's a lot of flashing lights right in front of it.
Are you? You're so far away you won't see smoke, right? Where you're at,
No,
Meyer?
no, I'm very far away.
Being asked if I'm hungry. No. I think I'm okay. I think I can hit the sack without anything. Let's see, it is 9:22.
Bet there could be more fires coming after this. That could be the safe bet in Reno is just more fires.
Yeah, well, it reeks of distraction, like they're wanting us to look at one thing like a magician does while they're doing something else. Is what my
Right.
feeling
Right.
is.
Well, the number one thing is we're all forgetting about the events that happened on January 1st in Las Vegas and New Orleans. That's what's happening.
Oh, right, yeah.
Those stories have been dumped. Now it's going to be this.
Oh, it's to get us to forget about that. Yeah, those.
We still don't even know what happened in Vegas with that shooting at that concert. That was crazy.
Oh,
And
yeah, that was.
and they're
Oh,
still completely
right.
ignoring every single time Biden speaks. There's a gaffe, and he looks, 80% dead, 90% dead, and they just keep putting him up and pretending like he's not screwing up. Like today, he said something completely goofy at a press conference with Gavin Newsom. He just he just out of nowhere at the beginning, he just, and by the way, good news, I'm a great grandfather. You're supposed to be here to talk about the disaster, you dipshit. Yeah, it was really embarrassing and fucked up.
It's
They're
all they
pretending
ever
that
do,
didn't
cover
happen.
up their crimes. Either more terrors, as Bossy.
Yes, you're right, bossy.
My goodness. Well, my goodness.
All right, I got chip stuff for him.
Yeah, suddenly out of nowhere, both of those guys acted alone. It doesn't even matter. They figured it all out. Move on. There's a fire happening right now.
So did Chip pick out some stuff tonight? I was
Yeah,
unaware.
I was right about the ones he was going to want.
So I would suspect
Oh,
something really bad is coming up right before the inauguration.
I
Something that
know, I know.
would,
I hate to think
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
What what did he get? Just out of curiosity.
Spider-Man, Hulk, and Rogue.
Okay. And by the way, those of you watching, what you just saw are books that will be available at your local comic store next
Next week.
Wednesday. These are not you're seeing is stuff right when they were open from the box. So your local comic store is not going to be able to sell this stuff to you until Wednesday, at least in person.
It really is kind of like QVC. QVC used
Yeah.
to say that all the time. Remember how they would say, "This isn't actually available in stores. Only we have a direct line
Yeah.
to
So,
these sapphire earrings."
but you if you wanted to get it, you can order it, but it won't be to you until Wednesday. So you're just gonna save yourself a trip to a store and
Yeah, and you have it secured because some of these
yeah,
books are
right.
selling out because comic shop owners are tired of getting screwed and they're not over ordering stuff; they're under
Yeah.
ordering things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Uh, Missing Mars says, Kevin, look at you packing orders on the Gratu live stream. Yeah, he does it immediately and he packs impeccably. You'll never have anything damaged. Missing Mars says, success. And my wife says, God bless Gotham City Comics. Missing
Thank
Mars
you.
says, Gotham City Comics is my QVC. And Bossy says, I guess I'm getting censored. I don't know what you said. You just said, God bless Gotham City Comics. You got censored, huh? Oh, well. I don't know. I wonder what it is that YouTube is finding objectionable. But Missing Mars says hello to Bossy, and the moon monster has appeared. Oh boy, what entertainment! Gold Key says her comments aren't showing up on YouTube. Uh, some blah 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 doesn't like my new name. Oh, well, how do you know that? Did I didn't see anyone insulting your new name. I don't know, man. I guess maybe I missed it. Missing Mars is amused. Like Kevin's going home. I guess the party here at QVC is over. I've obviously been reported and can't comment. Well, you just commented, and I'm seeing your comment. I don't know. Who needs a jig and a job? Oh my goodness. Oop. Trying to record today's Alex Jones show. It looks, I haven't listened to it yet, but it sounds like it's a pretty good show today.
There's so much, dude. I'm so far behind on everything because this news cycle is wacky, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's imagine if they had YouTube during World War II, you'd never get anything done. Where's the latest iPhone footage from Guadalcanal? Uh,
55.
Cold Panda Express.
55. Okay. Okay, my wife says on StreamYard, but not YouTube. Okay, I'm seeing it on StreamYard, but it's not showing up on. Well, it is showing up on YouTube if I highlight it and it shows up on the screen. They're not showing up in the chat. Well, who looks at the chat? Once the show's up, it'll be on the show. She says I'm. Oh, Green Drink says I'm back. Where did Bossy go? Says Pauline. Ha! I've already got to go back to work. Unlike some LARP losers. My goodness.
So she has two. Green Drink and Bossy McGreen Drink?
I guess. Ingenious minds working here. Let's see. Yes. So he's interviewing someone named Darren Beatty. No relation to Warren Beatty. Okay, so there. There's 21. So there's about an hour left of the show. So what I'll do is I'll hit this record button twice, and it will record for 1 hour or more. And that way I can leave the TV and let it record while I go upstairs and rest. Um, let's see. I've got some space heaters I need to return tomorrow to people that have lent them to me. Um, tomorrow's Thursday, so it's almost the weekend. You know, I got this song stuck in my head. The Beatles and your bird can sing is stuck in my head because I've been recording these Beatles cartoons from the '60s, the ones that were on Saturday morning, and I think it went on maybe 3 seasons. But you know, by the time it got towards the end, the Beatles completely looked different from the way they were drawn in the cartoon. They had beards and stuff. So the opening credits of the later episodes show the Beatles with the beards, and then they morph it back into their little cartoon character versions. And anyway, I don't know why that song's really stuck in my head. Uh, and then I see on YouTube there was earlier versions that they recorded of the song that that they abandoned and went with the version that wound up on Revolver. And um, there's one that the original time they recorded it sounds just, it's very much like the Birds. It's a different arrangement. And then uh, and then there's people trying to speculate on what the song means. Like, and John Lennon said, this song really is just something I wrote that means nothing. And then people said, well, no, this is really meant towards Frank Sinatra because Frank Sinatra made fun of the Beatles. And he said, my TV special is going to be, something unlike those long-haired, he's making fun of the Beatles and the other long-haired people. And supposedly in this interview, um, I guess Sinatra referred to his genitalia as a bird, because he was talking about his womanizing or something. And so they said, well, that's really, it was an answer to Sinatra, it's like, you know, all your worldly possessions are going weighing you down, but you don't get me, you don't understand me. And then Marianne Faithfull thought it was about her because she was Mick Jagger's girlfriend. And then, because the British guys call their girls birds. And it's like he's singing to Mick Jagger and saying, you think, because you think your bird can sing, Marianne Faithfull. Then it's like, but then it turns out, no, he wrote that song and recorded it before Mick Jagger started dating her. So that's not the real meaning. And it's probably none of it anyway. It's just people speculating. Interesting. What was the other? There was some other theory about what the song meant. Oh, the other theory was that Cynthia Lennon, John Lennon's first wife, gave him as a present, and he unwrapped it, some bird in a cage that was a mechanical bird that sang, and he just looked at it like, "What the shit? Are you buying this crap for me? You just like, you don't understand me, thinking I'm gonna like something like this." So I don't know. I was just reading that bullshit today, just trying to stay awake. Um, but it's interesting to hear early versions of songs that you've known all your life, because then it's like an alternate timeline. It's like, what if this was the version that you grew up with, and it sounds almost completely different.
I
And
really like I really like Help. Like like maybe my favorite part, maybe I loved the Beatles the most in my entire life when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I saw Help, and I saw that shrinking scene where the house they live in with the sunken bed and everything, and Paul gets shrunk down into the ashtray and everything. Right? Wasn't that great? And it was great. It's like a spy spoof. I liked Help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Help. This cartoon started on Saturday morning, right about the time Help came out, and they have. It's just a great cartoon. They some of the episodes, I think, in the second season, they start with that opening of Help and of them, kind of doing a car chase like James Bond, and
Hmm.
but and they're with monsters and everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to have been a kid.
That actress that played like that dragon lady in Help, she was really funny. She was really good. Remember? I don't remember
Yeah.
her name.
Gold Key User. Yes, I've seen those later episodes. It's a great Lennon song. Yeah. Anyway, where can you see them? You ask. Probably. It's on Internet Archive database, whatever. Just type in Internet Archive. There's somebody up that's got a bunch of episodes of it. So I've been recording those and enjoying those because I hadn't seen them in years. I think there was an agreement made when they first did the licensing that those cartoons would never be shown in England because they thought people in England would be outraged because the accents are so completely off. Have you ever listened to Let It Be Naked? Well, I know what you mean. Yeah, without the Phil stripped down, without the Phil Spector production. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, they hated the Phil Spector stuff. Yeah, that's Phil Spector. He's still alive in prison. He never passed away, did he? That's such a shame, man, that happened. I always knew he was nuts, but I hate, to think that he's in prison, that he may have killed someone. That's just I don't want his memory to be tainted with that. But I guess it's nothing you can really do about it. It's it's pretty much I don't yeah. Oh well. Well, um, okay, Drew, you want to go on upstairs? You want to go on upstairs? Let's go up. Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and hang out, guys. Oh, he did pass. He passed away in prison. Oh, way back in 21. Oh man. Well, they would have made a much bigger deal out of it because he was so important to the music industry. I guess if he wasn't in prison on a murder charge, but yeah, that's a shame. But he was always nuts, pulling out guns and waving them around in the recording studio. He did that supposedly with the Beatles, with the Ramones, and who knows who else. And then you always pulling guns out just to, and eventually, I guess it went off and killed one of those barbarian girls. I don't remember what because there were all these Conan the Barbarian imitation movies in the '80s, the Beastmaster, this, that, or whatever. They were barbarian movies, and some girl that was a barbarian queen in one of those type movies. I guess he had her in his house, and he didn't want her to leave or something. That's all I can figure. It's a shame. You guys still there? I'm gonna head out.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
here.
see you.
Good
See you
hanging out.
next time.
Thanks.
Yeah,
See
I'll
you
I'll
later.
be
Have a good
around
night.
sometime. I don't know when. Tomorrow, Friday, maybe Saturday. Sometime I will return.
I'll be around.
I
Later.
shall return. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.